Thanks right now. Guess what? The broadcast has started. Anyone who sees us at any point in time, he's Weeb, I'm Gun. He's on a rant about what the fuck were we talking about? Sonic the Hedgehog's penis. Is it small? Is it big? Is it short? Is it long? I don't know. Shadow, you're the Sonic expert. Let us know.
It should be a very well. If you go off of the actual hedgehogs, you should be able to determine that the size should be reflective of the stomach area. So if you're going
I'm.
off of the present stomach area, then it probably should be fairly sized.
Wait, oh fuck, are we seriously going off of actual like hedgehog penis size? Cause yeah, if we're going off that,
Well, I
Sonic's
mean,
fucking.
if we don't go off of that, I don't know what to tell you otherwise. So for the sake of
The
giving
fact
you
that
a
he has a
somewhat
whale
legitimate
dong.
answer, we're gonna go off of that.
The fact that he does in fact have a whale dong. That's what we're going off of. Fuck! It spilled bullets. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. He is Gun. It makes sense.
It's fucking 11:30 at night. Give me a break here.
Hey man, I'm living half an hour. I'm living like an hour in the future. You got no excuse.
Yeah, let's say half an hour on my ass. What kind of weird ass time zone are you in? North Korea? That makes no fucking sense. Fuck it. We're rolling with it. Oh fuck, the match is starting. Shit, fuck. I still
I
have my hands
just
full
I
picking
just
up
I
ammo.
just realized the comment that I just made makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
I don't have to make sense. I have to make dollars. Fuck yeah, America.
And they can barely make the dollars. So what do you think? What do you think I'm gonna do if I had to do the other? Anyway, so to have some sort of freaking structure to this, not that this is necessarily providing structure, but to talk about something legitimate that affects this instead of just going off and randomly starting a stream for like an hour, that just is like two idiots randomly going off about crap, appearing on the internet for an hour, talking about
I
crap, and then
mean,
disappearing into the night.
to be fair,
Um,
isn't that basically what we do even when not streaming? I mean, let's be honest. We appear
yeah,
someplace, we say
it
some
really
dumb
is
shit,
just a
we disappear like it was a fever dream the whole time. I have to go track you down in a fucking VTuber's live stream chat because you're staring at fucking boobs. Meanwhile, we're trying to fucking, get you to play Call of Duty like one of the guys for once in your
we,
fucking life.
which I did, and we got a grand total of one freaking match in before freaking
Yeah.
our friend Logan freaking left. He was drunk and was like, "Yeah, that's it for me." And then you and me were still there, but then you started watching crap on your phone, and I just was like, "All right, well, I'm on the freaking game already. I've already got all this crap set up. I'm just gonna go and do some stuff on this game myself." To get something more out of it before I call it for tonight, whenever the crap I do that. So you can see how much that friggin' how much that really had going for it.
Harasses Weeb to get on game. Plays one game. Leaves. Refuses to elaborate. Leaves again. This is the
Leaves
way.
again. That's pretty much what it was. It was like they harassed me to get on a game and play, and then
Didn't I send some weird
I
ass?
freaking update the game. I
Didn't I?
freaking update the game,
Didn't I send some weird
and
ass
then
audio message too? It was just like just a weird
yeah,
ass
and I didn't even
sound.
listen to that until like way hours later or afterwards, and I figured it was gonna be other nonsense, so I wasn't that concerned about it. No, it was just like it probably is gonna be him making a freaking noise for 5 seconds. That's literally what it was.
I guess I need to pull out a different fucking methodology. Oh, shit.
A methodology. But yeah, it's just like, all right, I assume that that's what that's gonna be, and that's what that's gonna be. So I was just like, all right,
It was.
whatever. I'm not gonna be that concerned about it. I'll turn the console on, get all that stuff set up when I get around to it. And then I was like, all right, Call of Duty has a freaking update because of course it does.
I mean, shit. Shit, Shadow. I turn on my PS3 more often than you turn on your PS5.
Oh, good lord. You know what? That could be true because I have no way of verifying when you are on a PS3 or not because online functionality isn't what it used to be for that thing. So I
Right.
can't deny that.
I actually was playing my PS3 just a few days ago. I was playing I was, I still going back and finishing on was Ace Combat's Assault Horizon. So far, I've been enjoying it. I mean, don't get me wrong, am I enjoying it as much as I enjoyed Ace Combat 7? I'm gonna say no, but I think that just feels like, going back to like PS3 controls just feels a little unstable.
Holding a like freaking 15 or some odd year old controller as opposed to a current day
It's like
one.
not
It's
even
like,
just
huh,
that. It's
all
just like
right.
it feels like they were kind of in a funk with how some of the control settings were in that game. Like, fuck controlling a helicopter in it. For the most part, the controls are fine, and then you get into the part of how you turn, and I'm just like, I want to kick the ball of whoever came up with this idea. So you don't directly
How
control
turned
the...
were they when they came up with these controls?
Man, they were turned all the way up. They were turned so far up they were down.
Which ironically enough is how very much how I am in this scenario.
But it's like, instead of just turning the helicopter and having your, aim be a certain area on the screen, no. Your aim moves around, then you have to stop moving for a second, and the helicopter moves to match you. And I'm just like, Jesus, why? Like, seriously, who thought that was a good control method? I mean, every other controlling game
Anyway,
it feels a little loose, don't get me wrong, but it's still decent. Like, I can work with it. But damn, those helicopter controls, I made it work. I still enjoyed them level. But I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it a $120 actually. I didn't like the aiming. And then only later on the mission did I actually figure out if I'm close enough I can fucking lock onto these fools, which helped make the aiming significantly more bearable. But just the fact that I can't turn the fucking helicopter easily, I'm like, my brother in Christ. I have not seen anything this needing of help. You know, going on 4chan and going to the VTuber board and seeing some unhinged shit. Saplings. What the fuck? I may be gone, but I at least have some experience with the weeb shit.
more, more than you'll probably ever truly realize.
More than I'll ever admit. Anywhere there's recording.
More than he'll ever be willing to share.
More than I'll
The only
admit.
reason anything gets shared about me is because he freaking says it.
That's because Shadow, this is our fucking gimmick. This is our fucking gimmick. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Besides, if any of our group can fucking hit me with information about weeb shit that isn't Gundam, because we all know if we need Gundam info, we can just call up Boomhauer and we'll be good. But if I want other weeb shit, I call you. If I want a shitty hentai recommendation, I call Artie. Yeah, I still remember that one that he said was all great, and I watched it and it was shit. Yeah, that's right.
I might know exactly which one you're
You
talking
know,
about.
you
Yep.
know the one. The fucking was the
I
school
think
the
I
school
remember
dropout.
I remember a title.
Yeah, the fucking that one. Yeah, I watched it. I tracked it down. I fucking watched it. I'm like, okay, you know, I already seems I fucking love this so much. Let's see what it is. And you know what? It was, dude. It was the high point of fucking hentai. Now, to anyone who may ever see this, if you do not know firearms, that probably sounds like a good thing to you. Let me put it this way: it's crap. And anyone who tells you it's good is fucking lying to themselves. It's like that new Starry soda that Pepsi came out with, like what, 2-3 months ago. It's
Feels
fucking
like it's
shit.
probably been longer ago than that.
God, has
Like,
it really been that
and
long?
then you're just like, they got rid of serum mist for this.
Yeah, I remember at my store, the first day we got that shit. We all tried some. We opened up a bottle, poured it into cups, we all tried it. Only 2 of us like it. Everyone else is like, this is garbage. And you know what? I thought maybe I just didn't give enough a chance. So, like a week and a half, two
I
weeks
tried it
ago,
again.
I poured an even bigger glass out. Maybe it was just the bottle. You know, I'll pour it out the machine.
Maybe you gotta drink a bunch of it at once before you start to like it.
And you know what? You know what happened, Shadow? Still shit. It is still garbage as fuck. Shadow, I'm gonna need you to hit me with a Weeb reference I can roll with for this. I don't think I know an applicable one. It's not Poggers.
It's not box. My favorite reference.
It's an old reference, but it checks
My
out.
favorite Weeb related quote. It's not bonkers. That's totally a thing I would say in casual conversation.
Fuck
Because
it.
I'm totally with it.
Shadow, I don't know what it is, but I guarantee one thing. You're not with it.
I shall not deny that. Whatever it is, depending on what it is, maybe, but also maybe not.
I'm gonna bet $5 that it's not. Just because we don't even know what it is, how the fuck can anyone be with it if we don't know what it is?
Well, I'm gonna segue for a second to bring up the thing I was gonna bring up like 15 minutes ago. In this case, if anybody listening to this is wondering what a potential sound is, if you're wondering what that it is, it's my fan right to the left of me.
I didn't even hear anything.
Because it's all right. Well, good. I kind of figured it's probably not being picked up because it didn't seem like the sound was being picked up. But yeah, it's.
I mean, to be fair, not like I would have told
so
you even if it was, but.
I wasn't just gonna let your audio be crap.
I mean, you're saying. If I thought it was an issue, I wouldn't have fucking decided to start streaming. I would have just rolled with it.
And be like, alright, Shadow's got a noise going on in his freaking in his microphone, his audio. That's screwed. I guess that's what we're doing tonight.
I mean, come on.
If anything, it's kind of interesting.
I'm only a
there
partial
is
asshole. I'm not a total asshole. You know this.
There is just enough to do some kind of somewhat terrible things that are also relatively justified in getting pissed off at you about. And you're lucky that I didn't get as angry as I could have.
One time.
I pretend to be Zeus.
2 times.
To pretend to be Zeus
4
and try to
times.
hit you with non-lethal lightning, and it turned out being more lethal to your house than it was anything
Yeah, wait, hold
else.
the fuck up. Yeah, it didn't even kill you. What the fuck?
I'm trying to remember. I don't know. It did do damage to me, but it didn't last long enough to really leave much of a mark. But
the one time it damages your fucking house, it doesn't even kill you.
it killed half my house,
We
and it
fixed
took like a good few hearts away from me. Like I was on. I don't rest assured, I was on fire for at least a good 3 to 5 seconds. Then we also have regeneration in the Sky City, so that
Oh yeah, thanks
probably
to the
yeah
beacon and all that. Damn,
yeah. So that
damn
might have
beacon.
kind of.
But then
I'm
again,
not sure
the
how much of an effect
regeneration.
that had, but I probably like kind of worked against it a little bit because I probably earned like half a heart every few seconds to kind of counteract that slightly. So.
I mean, definitely didn't help Zach any. I'll
Yeah,
get him.
Zach gets straight up probably got killed, but his the opposite of me. His
Yeah,
house didn't get affected, but he
his
did.
house was
I got
perfectly
affected, but my house
undamaged.
got the worst of it.
Like, what the shit? I know his house is built of different materials, but nothing, not even the exterior shit or interior shit in his house was damaged. It's like, why is it fucking only why is it the one
Unless
time?
he's got like a layer of cobblestone somewhere in there. Why is this not
Well,
working?
because think about it, even, it still hit him, so it's not like the cobblestone blocked it entirely. And it's still fucking, the floor of his house is still wood, I want to say, even if it has like cobblestone underneath it. So it's like, why didn't this work? Whose fault is this? And how is it Artie's? I'm kidding, it was my fault.
I think.
I, I may be
No,
an
you got
asshole, but I
no.
own up to the shit I do.
It's like technically speaking, I think all our houses technically have cobblestone underneath them, but it's like that's not going to affect anything.
I mean, technically
I'm
speaking, part of my house
actually
doesn't.
part.
And you know exactly which part, motherfucker. This is honestly, that's probably the reason why I should never have been given godlike powers in that damn game. I started fucking breaking the rules of physics. The whole invisible
He's
floor shit.
he's just standing on top of his freaking tower that he still buried that you can't even call a house, shooting lightning bolts down at the peasants.
Literally, Shadow has joined. Boom.
Oh, another peasant for me to smite.
I mean, I wasn't gonna torture freaking Zach. I wasn't gonna torture Zach's girlfriend. I'm not that much of an asshole.
I can't be an asshole to the one woman in the room at the moment. I can't do that. And Zach's here. I definitely can't do that.
Well, come on. That's just mean. He's trying to show her around the city. Why would I, take this opportunity for us to bring someone
Why
new
would I?
into the.
What? Why would I whip out the lightning at a time like this? Shadow joins the
Yeah.
game. All right, except for this.
Oh, no,
Excuse me. I must leave for a moment.
oh, no, I whipped out the lightning on Zach plenty. He
Yeah.
got the full force of my shenanigans. Teleporting into the sky, teleporting into the freaking. The unholy abyss. Yeah, he got the full brunt of my shenanigans.
It'd be some crap if the teleportation happened to me. Because on one hand, it would have saved us having to rebuild half my house. But on the other hand, it'd be amazing just to see me join this freaking session, be in there for like I think what it was like the third that like it was less than a minute between
It,
me joining and me
it
getting
was
struck in
like,
the head with lightning and half my house burning. I know it was under a minute. I think it was like 45 some odd seconds.
yeah,
But
because I
it would be
remember I
amazing if
fucked up the
that
typing on it at first,
you're like, oh
and
crap.
I fucking mistyped by one letter, and I fucking was freaking like, shit, fuck, I'm fucking it
Oh
up,
crap, it
fuck.
didn't work. Oh crap, I just struck somebody in Antarctica. No. Oh, I get this
I
right.
mean, first of all, you really think I would say, oh no, to that? You act like I wouldn't fuck a penguin up. Make me
It's a
president. I
good
will
thing
invade Antarctica.
good thing you added one more word to that sentence, or else people would have looked at you weird.
I mean,
Throw an extra word
have
in the
you
middle.
seen Happy Feet?
Oh man, the penguins in that movie, they get me going.
You look at the penguins and you just start
The moment
straight
a penguin starts
shit.
that,
Oh
holy
fuck!
crap, Scott! I've been friends with this man for freaking like 7, 8 years. I never knew penguins got him like that. Holy crap! The moment don't bring this man near to any tap dancing penguins. He will
I'm
lose it.
going to a zoo. Oh my
I'm
god!
going. I'm going to the zoo. So go he got at it. See, he actually I don't freaking know when that movie came out. That was like freaking like
I don't even fucking know
mid like
anymore.
yeah I don't know. That was like late 2000s, early 2010s or something.
Yeah,
Anyway,
hold up.
freaking
Now we need to know. Now we
you're
need to
looking
fucking
it up
know.
now.
Yep, hold up. Yeah,
Freaking
I will look it up in between deaths. Okay, there we go. First of
I,
all, fuck
I was just
King
say I could
Frog.
freaking look it up right now. I got my freaking PC on. But
Happy Feet.
freaking Scott
2006.
saw that movie 8 years 2000. All right. Oh
Damn.
heck yeah! Freaking same year, tied it all together. It came out the same year as Sonic 06. It was all the stuff was popping off
God,
that year.
I wasn't even in high school yet when that came out. Fuck.
Oh, so you would have been the perfect time and age to have been like, holy crap, this changed my life.
You know,
He was the one. Scott was the one dude that walked out of Happy Feet, freaking like nearly 20 years ago, and was just like, oh my god,
legit,
it
I
awakened
did not,
something in him.
legitimately, I did not see that movie in theaters. Honest to God.
Yeah.
Honest to Neptune, I swear.
And now if anybody ever asks you why, you have an well, you probably don't want to tell them, but you'll be like, "Oh, I
Yeah,
have an excuse. I'm just not going to tell you what it is because it will be worse for me.
I mean, to be fair, it was
I'll
never
just
a
say
movie
I
I
didn't
really
see the
cared for,
movie."
honestly. Even in my younger days, that was never my type of fucking movie, really. It's like, oh, it's a child-friendly kids comedy anime movie. It's like,
Got
eh.
Robin Williams as the guru penguin. He's the love guru.
Yeah, but you know what else has Robin Williams? Night at the Museum, which is 10 times better and has 3 movies. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, Happy Feet has two.
Yeah,
I
but you
know
know what's
of.
bigger than
And
2?
the other one was
3.
like, I'm pretty sure it's straight. I don't know. The second one might have been a freaking theatrical thing. I think it was straight to freaking DVD though. I had never seen that. I have seen the first one, and it's been years since I've seen it. And we are legit talking. Welcome to the Happy Feet podcast, guy.
Welcome to the Happy Feet
I'm
Inaugural
okay with.
Podcast.
I
God
mean,
damn.
it's almost a 20-year-old movie. It's okay.
Yep.
We'll do that on random episodes of this. We'll just be like, okay, we'll just look up what random movie is almost 20 years old, and we'll just be like, we're gonna talk about this for like half
No,
an
no.
hour.
You want to know what's fucky? You want to know what's fucking with me, Shadow? The movie Twister.
Yeah.
Shadow, I want you to understand something. I was like 2 when this movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting a fucking sequel next year.
Yeah.
You have any idea how fucking jacked I am at this? Fucking love Twister. Fuck you.
Almost as much as when you didn't go see Happy Feet in 2006.
No, I am supremely fucking stoked. Like Shadow. There's levels of fucking excitement I cannot fucking comprehend past you. I know it's probably gonna fucking be a letdown, don't get me wrong. I fucking know it is. Why? Because it's a fucking sequel to a movie that is almost as old as I am. But, at the same time, I have to go see it. I have to go see that shit in theaters. Why? Because it's a sequel to a movie I watched so many times as a fucking child. That the dang VHS that we had it on, yes, we had it on motherfucking VHS, not even DVD, because fuck you.
Yeah.
It's a miracle that tape still worked after all those years. And now, I don't even know what happened to it.
People give us People will give us crap about freaking VHS. It's like, hey, we were in that time, enough in that time period that VHS. It's not like VHS has got wiped from the face of the earth in that time frame where nobody afterwards would know about it. We
Well,
knew
here's
about
the thing.
VHS.
Twister was at a very weird time period when it came out in this whole movie, fucking market. You know why? Shadow, I want you to go look Google on your phone right now, what the first movie that was available for purchase on DVD in the US was. There, Google it right now.
Gonna be some freaking weird left field. Well, either that or it's gonna be maybe kind of odd. Get my keyboard.
Get your keyboard, get your mouse, get your freaking crony mouse pad, get your little Boros.
Get your little. Yeah, I'll just get the little I say little, but it's a fairly sizable Boros out of the box here, and just start just hug him with one arm.
It's normal size and fully functional.
Fully fun. At least it was when I went to go see Happy Feet.
I'm gonna regret making that joke so fucking much.
That's good. Well, hey, if you're lucky, maybe I won't have to occasionally bring the Minecraft thing back into conversation. So I'll just bring that up. I'll bring that up, and then no one will know. Much like the rest of the crap that we say, they won't have the context, so they'll be like, "What the heck are these two idiots talking about?" You won't get to know. That's what makes it funny. You could say stuff like, "Oh, rat porn," and be like, "What are they talking about?" It makes sense to us. And it's not at all what you probably think it is. Although, kinda, maybe. Sorta. Let's see.
Oh my lordy. Fucking. That just made me think of something that, I'm disgusted that those words entered my brain in that string of words. On the other hand, I'm like, is that even a thing? On the third hand, I'm like, it's the internet, it is. Ratatouille Rule 34. I guarantee it's a thing, though. I guarantee. Why? Because the rules of the internet, motherfucker.
Yeah. But, yeah. Man, I don't know. It's also just like, screw it. We'll just bring Happy Feet into the conversations. Why the heck not?
But no, you still haven't.
We'll wind back around to the Happy Feet thing if I have anything to say about it here in a second, because I'm the only one apparently that's seen the freaking movie, despite it being probably 15 or whatever many years since I freaking
eventually saw it. I saw it. Because I think it was on TV, or at least I saw part of it, and I'm like, still not my kind of thing. Alright, but Shadow, did you ever Google what I told you to Google a minute ago?
I was about to bring it back into that because I was like, okay, well, we're starting to veer into back into that conversation, but let's end the previous one because we're not very good at ending these. Yeah, I was about to say for the burning question, and I kind of figured the topic and what he was bringing up. I was like, this is probably the movie. Yeah, and freaking Google just gives you a straight up answer. The film Twister, 1996, is notable for being the first film to be released on DVD in the United States.
So it's not like everyone had fucking DVD players before that.
Yeah. Also, I love the fact that it's like, that's not even like, it doesn't even bring up anything specifically for Twister. It just, it for the link provided at the very top is I mean, it makes sense that this is on here, but it's like, it's the Wikipedia for DVD itself, but it just mentions, but it gives you the answer for Twister. Also, the results, where it says how many results that Google found in how short of time, what number is this? I think 2.1 billion results in 0.54 seconds. That's pretty high up there.
At least 87,000 of those are pornographic. I'm just saying. Statistically speaking. We are not looking. We are not doing that today.
You don't want to see all those tornadoes? I hear they're very windy the time of year. Very windy.
Man, the hair gets everywhere. The room's a mess.
Man, it's it's very God, why am I not thinking the freaking word right now? It's very humid this time of year. Better to hope there's no lightning, or else those things are gonna mix, and it's gonna be really bad for everybody.
Oh, oh my gosh. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm seeing 10. There's 10 digits here, so that's in the billions, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's quite a
One
bit.
billion is literally one digit followed by, or well, 1 billion is one followed by 9 zeros. So yeah, 10 digits is a billion at least.
If you haven't figured that out yet, which don't be you know to be fair, I mean it's one of those concepts I feel like for me I eventually of course got, but when I was being taught that in school, I was like I don't know if I really get this, and then it's years later you're like oh it just
How the
clicks
fuck?
now, so it's
How
like
the fuck did you not
okay
comprehend that?
I don't
You
know
like you literally take a
that was like
thousand, you add three
2 years.
more zeros, you got a million. You fucking take a
I don't know. Maybe
million, you
maybe
add
I'm
three more
exaggerating.
zeros, you
Maybe it
got a
really didn't
billion.
take
It's
me that long, but I just feel like you fully
fucking
more grasp the concept when you're older, which is just kind of flies in the face of teaching people when trying to teach people when they're young, when they're not even going to understand or comprehend and process the stuff better, or even have it be relevant to them until they're freaking older anyway.
you
But you know,
goddamn zoomer motherfucker.
I mean, maybe technically I am, but in other ways
Actually,
I'm also not because I'm a weird freaking hybrid of being up to date with stuff nowadays, but also not at all. I'm a weird mixture.
I'm about to
Uh,
say at this point, the only things I keep up to date on are video games. And I'm doing a terrible job of keeping up with those lately because I
yeah,
didn't even know that. I didn't. You know when I found out that Metroid Prime was getting a remaster?
the day it came out.
Like the day after.
Oh, awesome.
Because
I
someone
was
at
about to
work
say I
told
don't know
me
if they
about
did.
it.
Yeah, because I was about to say, wasn't that one of those? I think they did like the whole thing where they were like they showed it during a direct and they were like it's available now.
Yeah, and it
So it
was
was
one of those
like
things where it's like it has the digital version available right away, or if you wait a certain amount of time, you can go get the physical version. Which I fucking waited because I wanted that physical version.
if you could get one.
I did. I had to go to 3 stores, and I found
Yeah,
it. And if I remember right, it was snowing like a motherfucker. The roads were not safe. And I said, I don't give a flying
I don't
fuck.
care about
Mother
the
Nature
roads. I'm
will
gonna
not
go
stop
get my
me.
Metroid Prime remaster.
Damn fucking
I
right.
don't care how many Cloverfields are gonna be at the frickin' GameStop. I'm gonna go get my Metroid Prime.
I mean, look, I didn't even go to a GameStop, honestly, because I'm going to be honest with you. If I had to go to a GameStop, my guy, it's not worth it. You walk in, no, they always
It's
ask you
not
if you want to
worth it.
pre-order shit, and you say no. And then it's always the same thing. It's like, it's like, oh, it looks like your Power Up Rewards Pro has expired. Yeah, it expired like 5 years ago, bro. I ain't using it. Would you like to renew that? No. But you could save 20 cents on this purchase.
You could trade 20
It's gonna
cents.
take me what? How many dollars to renew this shit for a year? Why
It's
would I
gonna
care about
say
saving
cost me twenty
20?
dollars to
Well,
save 20 cents.
it's like, why the fuck would I give a shit? It's like, well, you can get
You,
extra money on your trade-in games. Bro, I have traded in games to GameStop literally once in the last 10 years. And I'm gonna be honest, that was mostly because I'm like, I really have no interest in playing half of these. And at the same time, I wanted to get fucking Battlefield 2042. But I didn't want to fucking, I was I was being a stingy asshole. I didn't want to reach into my fucking pocket for it. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of these games. I know I'm never playing again. So I did. And I still have Battlefield 2042. And I still enjoy it. Why? Even though it's buggy as it came out buggy as shit. In the words of the Russian Badger, when was the last time you played a Battlefield game at launch and it wasn't fucking broken? Like, honestly, Battlefield fucking Bad Company 2, because Battlefield 3 was buggy at launch. 4 didn't even work at launch. Like, honestly. Fucking 4 was one of the first 2 games I bought for my PS4 at launch. I barely played 4 when it came out because it wouldn't fucking work. So I just went back to playing Killzone. I want to replay that game one of these days. Fun game. I like Killzone. It's kind of my shtick. You know? But that's besides the point. You know? So, fuck, where was I? I don't even fucking remember anymore.
I don't know. We're going to 5 different tangents.
Like,
We're
okay,
gonna have
pause.
an epic loop around back at the end of this.
Oh yeah, GameStop. Fuck GameStop. I went to fucking Meijer, didn't have it. I went to fucking Target, didn't have it. I went to fucking Walmart. Or did I go to 2 Walmarts? Did I just go to the one? No, it was Meijer.
Went to 2 Walmarts?
No, it was just one. I went to Meijer, then Target. Then I looped back to Walmart because I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's close enough to that one's close enough to home anyways. I don't think it's gonna have it, but it might, and it did. And I fucking picked it up, and I was fucking happy because I got home. I slapped that shit in the Switch, turned the Switch on, and woke up like, holy shit, I'm being used. This feels weird. I'm happy, but this feels weird. I put it in, and it's like, wait.
I'm happy, but this feels weird.
You actually found one of these? Holy shit! Let's play this fucking thing. And I played it, and actually. I put it down for a little while, like a couple weeks, or like, well, maybe a couple days after it came out. Picked it up, like what? Again, like what? A week or 2 later, went back, finished it, had a fun time. Still a good game. I don't even care if they remaster 2. I just want a sort of re-release so I can play it, because 2 is my favorite out of all 3 Metroid Primes. Yes, I'm saying 3, because I'm not counting Federation Force, because Federation Force can scrungle my dongles.
Also, I'm happy, but this feels weird. It's also what he said when he went to go see Happy Feet in the theater. It's very ironic and fitting, but you know.
God damn it, Shadow. Why are you like this? What is my life?
Oh. I don't know, man. He's probably been asking himself ever since he's been asking that question about himself every day since he went to go see Happy Feet. Oh man.
Yeah, I just realized I pulled the stream info on my fucking phone. And you know what fucking game is trying to say I'm fucking playing for some reason?
I'm assuming it's very least not the one you're actually playing.
Call of Duty Black Ops from 2010.
Oh, awesome! I think it might have done that before as well.
Why though? Like,
yeah, why isn't it the Happy Feet video game? Come on, that'd be more accurate.
Fuck you. That's
I didn't know.
I didn't know
hold
that. Hold the fuck up. That is not a thing. That is not a goddamn thing.
What, a Happy Feet video game?
That is not a fucking thing.
I'm not entirely sure, but I wouldn't be entirely surprised if it is a thing, given, well, that was certainly in the time frame where movie license things were a thing. I feel like,
motherfucker.
We're looking crap. We're looking crap up tonight, boys.
It was on the DS. It was on the Wii. It was on the GameCube.
It was on the GameCube. Man, freaking Nintendo had that on lock. They were like, "We're getting the Happy Feet video game."
Wait, hold the fuck up. Was it on any systems that weren't Nintendo? Okay, it was on the PS2. There was a what? It was on the fucking Game Boy Advanced.
Yeah, that honestly doesn't surprise me. That was that weird era between like the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox going to the PS3, 360, and Wii. It was a kind of a weird time for cross-generational things because not only did
it was on mobile phones, but it wasn't on Xbox. What the shit?
It was a weird time where like there was so many different platforms at that time, and like the 360. That's the thing too, is like because the 360 was the only next-gen system available at that time, you had games that were released like on the 360, but then also every other system was not part of that generation, and there would be like 2 or 3 handheld versions, which in and of themselves might have also been different between them. It's I can't imagine developing games back then for different that wide of a range of systems. That had to have been a nightmare. Granted, I'm sure it was like 2 or 3 different studios between all of the different versions, but still, like that had to have been a nightmare.
Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
Thankfully, it's not like that anymore. Because I mean, handhelds are basically a non-entity at this point, and at least in that way, and it's just freaking system architectures and everything for systems are basically all the same for the most part anyway, so
Yeah,
that's not
thank
a
you, Sony, for no
frustrating
longer
thing there.
fucking that one up. Wow, what the fuck? Why won't my
But
glasses go back on my face?
yeah,
I pulled
this
them off
is
after the whole Happy Feet video game. Now they won't go back on my face. Yes, I was that
oh
fucking.
crap, it's getting a hold of him again.
I was that
It's
fucking
been years, but it's
flabbergasted.
finally getting him. They're
I was that
tapping
fucking.
into something here.
Oh god, I have
Holy
fucking
crap.
gas right
There's a
now. Fuck.
freaking long play of the game, 2.5 hours, and it's actually not that old. It's from May 1st of 2020. Man, we
What
were
the fuck?
hitting low point in 2020. They were like, screw it. What else do I have to upload to this channel? Screw it. I guess we'll do a long play of freaking the Happy Feet game. I don't know.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna
Um,
load up the 9mm magazine with the new rounds I bought.
I'm gonna load up my gun.
Actually, no, friggin'
I thought for a moment I thought he was like, all right, I'm gonna load up Happy Feet. I'm gonna load it up, but not
no, no, no,
not in
no.
a
We're not.
game system.
No, no,
And you
no. We're
can
not
take
doing
that in
that.
2 different ways. Is it
Oh my
violence
god,
or is it something else? Is
Shadow.
it violence or something else? What?
You're lucky. I was gonna use the 9mm for a joke, but here's the problem. It's slightly out of reach right now, and I don't feel like leaning over to grab it.
I don't feel like leaning over. Oh no, that's not very good for you, Scott, because that means it's not gun related. It's the other thing. Oh no.
No, I was gonna use it for a joke. It's just I don't feel like grabbing it, so I can't do the joke.
Anyway, oh my gosh, it was developed by Behavior Interactive and Capybara Games. Capybara Games better still be in development, or not in development, but they better still be around. Let me look at this.
They better still be in development. Yeah, they're still coming up with
They're
studio
still working
ideas.
on the building. They're still working on it a little bit.
Just like when you
Let me
play the
see.
Peppa Pig video game, and they're still building your house when you arrive, and then it's just suddenly done after you tell them like how you want it to be built.
There really shouldn't even be a house in that game. They're not even. You don't even go inside. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way she was playing the game, but you never see the inside of that house. They're
No,
there for
you do.
like, all right, we just got back from our long trip that we
You
probably spent
see
a
a
bunch of
very
money on.
slight. You
Let's
see a
go. All right,
very
everybody, back in the
shortly.
car. Let's do it. Like, all right, everybody, back in the car. Let's do it again. We're going to go back to the docks and go anywhere else but here because apparently we don't like here, despite we have a house here, and we still continue to pay for the house,
No, no, no.
despite the fact that we show up.
If you notice, the player character's family never goes on the trip except for the last one. It's always Peppa's family, and you're just tagging along.
It's just like
Peppa
it's
the
like
Pig,
we
international
have this
crime lord.
the only reason we have this house is just so we could have somewhere to come back to consistently once we're done with our vacations, and then we'll see her and stare at it for 5 seconds, just long enough to get back in the car and drive away from it and go back to the docks and go over to the other part of the freaking planet we haven't been to yet.
You know, I still remember watching that stream, and there was something though that was I didn't realize it at first. I saw someone in chat pointing it out. How the fuck is it summer in Britain and winter in Germany at the same time? That doesn't fucking work. Not only are they on the same fucking continent, let's not forget. For fuck's sake, Germany is farther south. England should be colder than Germany. Why is there snow?
Oh crap! What the? Let's see.
Oh no, I am you
I
stabbed me
also
in my
still have
balls.
freaking. Let's see. Um, okay.
Oh no!
I'm
No!
looking.
No! No!
I have the
No!
Wikipedia page for that Capybara studio. Um,
Are they still around?
at least as of 2019, they were.
Well, here's the problem. It's
Uh,
not 2019 anymore. It's 2024. That's right. I'm from the
yeah.
future, bitch.
So I mean, either they got shut down, or they in that time, or actually, hold up.
The 2024 Super
Well,
Bowl will be
there's not
won
really
by
that much
the
detail here.
Florida
It
State
says
Seminole
founded.
Buzzicles.
It says founded in 2003, but it doesn't give like a time frame of like, oh, this was when. Because sometimes if they're still ongoing, it'll be like, oh, 2003 to, and then it won't say anything because they're still around. But yeah, the number of oh wow, they are a pretty small studio. 22 employees as of 2014.
Well, not like you need a
Right.
fucking really big studio for creating small little games and then porting them like 5 times over.
A good amount of these earlier things are all mobile, and then there's like one. Let's see, there's PS3 360, but it was also mainly like handheld and mobile stuff. Macintosh, what the crap? 2011. They I don't know if they were. I guess they were the developers of a game that I recognize, or at least I know the name of Sound Shapes on PlayStation. So I guess either they were involved with that. That's interesting. Um, yeah,
They were involved in what?
Sound Shapes.
The faces
The
sound shaped.
PlayStation. Yeah, there was a PlayStation game. It was on PS3, PS Vita, and PS4.
Hmm.
2012. There's also apparently this was canceled. A game called Heartbeat. It was canceled. It was gonna be for the WiiWare.
I don't think it's coming out. Damn. Now the world will never know the glory of the game Heartbeat. Man, that dude was running at me with a fucking knife. I almost. Oh god, here he comes again. Fuck. He got me with the samurai
This is
sword.
gonna be an AS. Is this gonna be an ASMR game? Like holy crap.
I don't know how I feel about that. It just don't sound entertaining to me. I've never been too crazy about the whole ASMR content shit. Like honestly. Like.
I mean, I'd say I'm neutral, and I mean, having experienced some of it, I'm just kind of like, all right. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, if anything, it kind of works to the appeal of like. I always kind of found it interesting how audio works in the sense of like it has different channels, and you can if you're using a headset or something, it can be fed to like one side or the other sometimes, and ASMR can play to that. So that's more just kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool to actually hear that and
Make it
actually
tech
be
from a
used
tech
in other.
standpoint and shit.
Yeah, just also kind of hearing it. So I'm like, all right, that's kind of all right. Then you also get to hear a bunch of sounds like Heartbeat. And I was like, oh, all right, well, I didn't know I was getting this before I went into this, but well, I have that now. So all right, what a world we live in where we can hear freaking another person's heartbeat via proxy over the internet and have it the audio be fed through my headphones, and I'm hearing that. I'm like, oh wow, all right.
Shadow, is this why your keyboard is all
It's
sticky?
almost like I'm there, kind of.
Is this why your keyboard is sticky?
It's why my keyboard is sticky. Yeah, you see, his thing is happy feet, and my thing is just heartbeats. So it's very specific. It's very weird, you know.
Specifically, Canadian YouTuber heartbeats.
Canadian heartbeats. This is
Personally, I think
very, very specific. Just a different breed.
Indeed. Indeed.
I know.
Traitor.
Yeah, it's just yeah. Again, not something I knew I was getting myself into, but that's what I walked out with. So I was just like, all right, well, I technically heard it twice. Just the second time was way clearer, and I was like, "Oh wow, it actually works this time," as opposed to the first time, where it's like, "Yeah, it can't really hear anything." But the first time was also it had freaking like alien abduction noises, and the second one didn't have those problems, except it did
Why was
sound
there alien
it.
abduction? No, yeah, nope, not questioning it. We're just gonna roll over that.
It was not a very polished ASMR stream. It was trying to work all the kinks out and stuff for later streams to be like, all right, maybe it won't be as as messed up.
Damn, so
And it was
you got used as a
definitely an
test
improvement
subject.
going to the second one. So, and I got the better end of it too because I started with the newer one first, and then I went back and listened to the older one. I was like, oh, okay, you can tell. Yeah, it was like
Ooh,
alien
okay.
abduction noises and stuff. Freaking PC was making noises and all kinds of stuff, so it kind of sounded weird. Then the second one had a moment where you saw there was a towel being put over the rubbed over the microphone, and it was almost, depending how you interpret it, almost kind of sounded like you were being stuffed into a bag. And it's like, oh great, we had alien abductions the first one, now we have literal abductions in this
Je-
one.
Jesus, what the fuck, Shadow?
Can't wait for the third one when we have the further evolution of that.
Oh, okay, maybe
Will I?
that's it.
When will I get to maybe potentially hear that? Heck if I know.
Huh. Okay, this is sad. No, this is just something new. I'm just noticing now. So, during our earlier conversation, Shadow, off stream, remember how I shook a fucking box with like shells and shit? So, I bought two boxes, two different brands, right? I open up the brand I haven't used these specific kinds from them before, and I look at the end of the slug, and it literally has a fucking X embossed into it, because they're the Super X line. That's fucking cool. That's rad as shit. I love that. Although I wish this little box didn't cost so much. But hey, what you gonna do? Fucking 8 something dot 8 like what, 840, 850 a box. Only get 5 in it. But the price we pay for being fucking awesome. Something the only price you pay is just the price of being a fucking weed.
I figure you're gonna work something like that in there somewhere. You're like, something
Honest,
you don't know anything about.
honestly, I was trying to figure out a way to make it work, and I ended up having to go with the weed bra at the very end. I'm sorry.
I mean, what? I mean, that's the most relevant way to go about that, considering that's where money has been going recently.
I mean,
And by recently, I mean like
months.
been months. It's been months overall.
What
Not
was it that finally
constantly
convinced you to start
in
buying this
months, but
stuff?
it overall it has been months.
My friend, what was it that started finally pushed you over the edge to get you buying this stuff?
I mean, it depends on how far back we're going. Because honestly, if we're going to the very beginning, it's been probably like a year at this point. But we're talking specific website. It's I don't know. That's been like what, maybe 6 7 months ago. And the first order that set that off was the Boros plushie, and I was like, screw it, why not? Yeah, I'll get a plushie Boros. But
Blush roast.
before that, I think the first thing that really kicked it off, it was kind of your fault.
Fuck. It was the
that
fuck.
that that one I will blame you for. Me going down the rabbit hole in the first place. I will not blame you. That I did that of my own accord. But but the purchasing kind of was somewhat your fault because I was like, oh, I mean, I thought about maybe friggin' buying this. It'd be kind of all right to have one of these, and And then I told you about it, and you're just like, all right, I'm gonna look this up, and he freaking sent me links to it. It was like, there, you could still get him here, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, great. I guess now I have to freaking get the things at this point. And yeah,
Actually,
now
I did. It
that's
also
what
also
happened.
didn't help because, but after I found the first one, weren't you like, oh yeah, but can you find these ones? I'm like,
I
bitch, you doubt my fucking
just go
power.
just go further. I mean, I think for the most part, you went further and did that, or I don't know, because like I didn't push it, but I was just like, oh hey, could you, like I'm sure because all I would have needed to do is hit the one link, and I probably could have just looked it up and found the rest. But then you went ahead and was like, screw it, I'll freaking do it myself. I'm like, all right.
Fine,
It all
I'll do
leads
it
to the same
myself.
website. It's not like different websites, but it's like, whatever. So you can if you ever see these things in person, if you ever like visit me or whatever, and you see these in person, you can just look at them and be like, I did that in part, even if no matter how small, like I'm responsible for this being here right now.
See,
And
at
then you'll
least
look at all the other stuff and be like, I didn't have anything to do with the rest of this, but like these three right here, I was a little bit involved in the story of this. The rest of this, not now, not really.
I may have started pushing the ball down the hill a little bit, but I was out of control of where it went.
It's like I'm not. Hey man, I might have I helped bump into the snowball, but it's not my fault that it ended up freaking miles down the mountain. Ended up going over a few villages. I know the villages were there. I'm not that great at geography.
Shadow. Well, let's just get something straight here. What's the second half of my fucking name? I knew the village was there.
So it is your fault. Like I knew the village was there. It wasn't my intent, but I knew it was there, and I knew it could happen. So I mean, whatever.
I mean, how many villages are gone from our Minecraft world? Because I got bored.
Only you know the answer to that. They're
That's the
so far
worst
out that we didn't
part.
even know they were there, and we're not gonna know they were there except if we go that far out and find out why the heck is there like a whole crater here.
I
Like,
mean,
I might have
there
a
are
few
some that
ideas.
there's evidence of on the fucking world map.
Yeah,
What's funny is, what's
what's
funny
with
is
all these gray spots?
what's funny is one of those gray spots wasn't me. That was Rob. The first one that there was fucking Rob that did that.
Oh,
And the irony is, years later, look what happened.
yeah. Legend says that TNT is still falling from the sky. We don't know why, because for as much as TNT was laid down, there did not be as much TNT still falling from the sky.
Glitched nuclear fallout.
It's also amazing how one person can have a completely different experience of Minecraft than the other person on the other side, like a whole world away. Because I'm all in Sky City, perfectly fine, just sitting there, and you're on freaking about to create Ground Zero, and you freaking teleport me over. My game performance is fine, doing fine, everything.
Begging
Everything.
you
I mean, like the most
teleport.
I think the most that was being affected over on my end was like when I went to go open a door or something, it wouldn't open right away or crap like that. Like there was maybe a little bit of
I
lag, but like
broke
everything else
reality
was
for a
like all
moment.
right. The moment I get teleported over, I can't even see anything because the game itself literally is not loading any of the environment or the terrain, so I can't even see anything. It just looks like I'm in a blank skybox. And then once stuff starts to kind of load in, I'll see like just nothing but TNT, and I can't even tell what the TNT is doing. It looks like it's doing some weird freaking Fantasia crap or whatever. And it's just like it's just doing weird formations and stuff. And I'm like, I have no idea what the actual real time like stuff is going on here. And then I end up getting killed. And then I also like I don't know if I want to bother trying to hit the respawn button because last time this happened, I didn't get freaking respawned at all because the game couldn't freaking handle it. Thankfully, that time it did work. I think I have this on video. I'm pretty sure you
I,
freaking spawned me, and it was like in the
I
middle of the sky or something.
I
It's
broke
hard to
us out of
tell.
the cycle of rebirth.
And then, but the time before that where I tried to respawn and it just wasn't going for some reason. I'm like, oh great, I probably had to close the game out or something and start it back up again. But because I didn't because like on the I just stayed on the death screen and it was just showing TNT and everything and sometimes it wasn't even doing that, it was just still, and I was like, well, I'm not about to try to hit this button when it's not doing anything. Like if it was at least doing something, maybe I'll do that, but like I'm not gonna. I'll take my chances when the game actually is moving and doing crap,
Once
not when
things
it's
are
not.
actually working again.
Yeah, like the game's actually shows signs of operating
Life.
properly. Yeah, but yeah, this is a completely different experience. Um, yeah, though I didn't know, I never knew that Nintendo got that exclusivity on that Happy Feet. Good for them. So
No, they didn't.
Sony and
No,
Microsoft only got
Sony. It was
partial
on.
on that.
It was
It was
on.
on Windows PCs and it was on PlayStation 2, and that was it. Everything else was freaking Nintendo.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what? I just because it was on the Wii and the GameCube. I don't feel like many games met that criteria. It fell into that.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. Because Nintendo really doesn't do that cross-gen kind of stuff usually. It's just like, all right, whatever we have next, this is what you're doing stuff. I mean, with that generation, going from those two generations, I mean, well, the Wii was basically just a GameCube on steroids anyway, so I mean, the architecture may have been different some way, but I don't know. Development might not have been all that bad. It's like, oh, we were making for the GameCube anyway, and this is basically a GameCube, just a little more capable. So I don't know. Let me see here. Let me see if there's actual proof of this on. Oh boy, it's in stock on Amazon according to this right here. Oh crap! All right. Maybe I think I hit the actual name and not the image. It took me directly to Amazon. I was like, oh crap, why is it doing that? But I probably, yeah, I clicked on the title and not the image, which is why it took me to the website that the image is from. Yeah, holy crap. All right, is this actually the price? Are they not price gouging you? Oh gosh, how generous. It's freaking $20 for the GameCube version on Amazon. Hold up, is it used? That's the question. Is it freaking used? It's used, but in very good condition. All right. Yeah, if it was a newer copy, I doubt it'd be. It'd probably be like freaking $60 or $80. There's a reason why newer copies and stuff like that, I don't care what it is, goes for that much. You want to pay freaking like $80 for a 360 copy of Sonic 06? That's like the third or fourth time we brought it in here. You want to pay like 50 some odd dollars for Shadow the Hedgehog on the Xbox? Go to Amazon. You want to pay freaking 224 yeah, $24.24 for a jet black renewed GameCube console? I'm looking at one right now. Um, you want to get freaking? There's not even a price on this. I don't know what the heck to make of this. Freaking James Bond 007 Everything or Nothing for the GameCube renewed. It's got 11 reviews and there's no price. I don't know what to say. I don't mean it. Whether you do or you don't, I got nothing to tell you on that. Oh boy, there's the there's the open season video game. That one's for $36.98. They're pushing that a little bit more. We'll just turn this into randomly talking about weird offshoot animated movies. Just do that. I'm sure they all came out in 2006 as well. Like 2006 was the year apparently. Wait a minute, bestsellers rank. Well, all right. Apparently, Happy Feet, the video game on GameCube, is number 110,483 in video games. Good for that. It's number 534 in GameCube games. Holy crap! Given that it's that, the real question is, how is that because of just enough people are buying it, or is that but just one person buying it shoot it up far enough in the list to where like that's the cutoff? The 533 other games were more consistently bought, so like that's where that's at. Uh, is discontinued by manufacturer? Yes. Good
I
lord.
mean, I'd hope it fucking was. Like, why the fuck would it still be getting produced?
Right. They're still making GameCube games. Hey man, freaking Ubisoft was making Wii games for freaking years. I imagine they finally stopped that at this point. But granted, given that they don't have E3 conferences anymore where they show off Just Dance every year, it's hard to know. So we'll never know anymore. Such a
Man,
shame.
fuck Just Dance. I don't want to Just Dance. I'm gonna fucking shit myself.
What? Oh man.
You
Also, it just
see,
makes me
I'm not gonna
think
lie.
that
I'm running off of very little sleep. I had to wake up
oh
at like before 6 a.m. to get to work, but I fucking stayed up too late. I'm not sure how much sleep I've been running off of for this whole day, but it's greater than 2. Or whether that's minutes or hours, I don't even know.
whether it's 2 minutes or 2 hours.
I'm pretty sure it's not 2 days. I don't know. Don't ask me. I can't check.
Not
Why?
two
I don't
days.
fucking know.
Either way, it's a problem. Either not getting too much sleep or not getting enough. Welcome to my life. Yeah, it's like honestly, it also just reminds me of how many of these freaking movie license games I brought it up few times in the past. I have probably a larger amount of the movie license games than I probably should own. Granted, I mean all that stuff was at a time where I wasn't paying my own money for stuff anyway, so it's not really like a financial loss on my end. But like we do freaking any form of streaming stuff, so just like so stupid just nonsense. The stream, I will gladly if we could sort out streaming on older systems. Screw it, I'll screw around with these older freaking movie license
See,
games.
you see,
They're not
Shadow.
being used for anything else in recent times, so screw it.
You see, Shadow. We could do that, but for fuck's sake, the only fucking goddamn chat option I can ever get you in is fucking PlayStation chat, and you never want to fucking sign up for any other service that we could try to use to fucking chat while playing a fuck older game that doesn't have streaming and built into the system. So it's like, motherfucker, we
That,
could,
that,
but we
that'll
can't
be
because of your ass, motherfucker, Pingus.
That'd be some crap if that's what gets me to freaking go in on a
I,
freaking Discord or
I
whatever.
swear to God, if that's what finally gets you to make a fucking
Well, that's what
account,
finally makes you.
I swear to Jesus, I will come down to where you
Well,
live and goddamn smack you so hard that your goddamn Oshi is gonna fucking feel it.
hey, don't get her, and she's already existential enough sometimes. Don't bring pain, direct physical pain into that. But,
I mean, it's not really direct, it's more so indirect, because, somehow I'm gonna hit
it's
you
pain
and
by
someone you've
proxy.
never, I'm gonna hit you and somehow someone you've never met or directly interacted with is gonna feel it an unknown amount of miles away. It's very indirect. That's,
But
that's like fucking indirect
I
fire.
mean,
It's very indirect.
I mean, it's not at this point. It's gonna probably be something weird or whatever that's going to get me into Discord, if anything, because it's probably not going to be wanting to talk to full at this point, considering I don't think that's the direction she's going in anymore. So,
I'm not gonna lie, that sounded kind of assholish for a second, and I was like, damn.
What? Well,
Like,
you just say what you guys just thinking like, well, if I get Discord, it's not gonna be because of Fool. It's like, all right, that's a bit harsh. Is that what the way you were taking it?
yes, I was like, damn. Usually you're the nice one
Well,
out
it
of us.
wasn't
What the
just that.
fuck?
I'm not. I'm not saying that out of like, oh, I don't want to talk. I don't want to ever talk to her ever. I'm just saying like, well, it didn't seem like she's showing much interest in Discord. So I don't know if she like straight up deleted her account or anything. So I don't know. Maybe she still has it. Then I guess that option's still there. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, you motherfucker. Fucking goddamn make an account of something that we can use. Cause fuck. Yeah,
I'll create an account on the most random, random obscure thing that no one will even want to make an account for, regardless of the purpose, because they're like, no, we're not making one for this. This is like, I've never even freaking heard of this. This company is run by one person. What the heck are we
the company
like?
is run by one person. His name is fucking
The
Chet.
CEO is
You
the
can't
employee.
you can't trust anyone named fucking Chet. That's like fucking. That's like fucking encountering a dude named fucking Barney. I don't trust a man named fucking Barney.
Barn. Hey,
Well,
Brian, what do you think of our paintings? Oh, they look like complete shit.
goddamn, what the fuck?
Dang, Barney, alright. What's your opinion? You didn't have to be so vulgar about
When you're Shadow, what the fuck? What the fuck?
it. Can you tell which one of us is sleep deprived? Because it's probably not, the answer is not as clear as you would probably think. And I'm not even trying to suggest I'm sleep deprived, because I think we got our answer a few moments ago.
Motherfucker, you're gonna be
And the
sleep
man
deprived.
that's saying he's sleep deprived, the man who's saying he's sleep deprived is not the one that just said that. And also for the record, I was quoting a frickin' some stupid meme thing that I saw that was just a thing with Barney and the kid. They dubbed over and the kids were like, "Hey Barney, what do you think of our paintings?" And somebody just dubs over Barney goes, "It's
I
going,
mean, hey, it's
oh, they
better.
look like they look like
It's,
complete shit." And
it's
it's like, all
better
right.
than the shitty Barney creepypasta.
Oh crap, Barney pasta.
Man, it was a
Oh man,
crappy
that's
pasta.
another thing we should do. We're gonna be the most weird freaking channel. We're gonna do nothing but play old PS2 movie license games over Discord, and we're gonna read crappy creepy pastas one of which is a freaking Barney pasta. We're gonna be the
I
most
love
freaking
you.
weird
You're a bitch.
freaking
I will put you in a sandwich.
my mind went to a maybe debatably darker place. I was thinking instead of sandwich, it was going to be ditch, which I guess is. I guess in a way it kind of ends up implying the same thing. You're not going to be living anymore.
I
Although
think the only
I guess
reason
the
I thought of
sandwich
sandwich
is.
was because sandwiches sound good right about now. Fucking nice ham sandwich. Black forest ham, some cheese, a little bit of butter. Perfect.
Little bit of butter, a little bit of butter.
Little bit of butter, not too much butter, a little bit of butter. You know, you gotta have a little bit of butter. Get it all like lubricate, go down the throat hole. You know, get going in and like. Yep.
Man, I haven't had that much butter lubrication since 2006 in the theaters when I went to go see that weird penguin movie that I don't remember the name of.
God damn it. Fuck.
This is getting the more I bring this up, the more elaborate the trip is turning into. It's like, holy crap, Scott, why did you deliberately, for a movie you only went to go see once, there's a lot of premeditated stuff here. You freaking went to go see this movie, and not only did the thing that you did, but also you brought butter with you? like,
You
I mean,
gotta have the fucking butter on the
was it
popcorn.
to save money for so you didn't have to put the theater's butter on your popcorn? Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
The theater's
It's like,
butter chafes, okay? It fucking chafes. And
gee, holy crap, you got the popcorn involved in it too. I mean, I know the whole like, whatever you want to call it, the whole thing of like, using the popcorn bucket for something in particular, but like getting the popcorn involved in it. I mean, I guess they kind of need that way. It's not super obvious. You got to put the popcorn in the bucket, or else you just have a thing in an empty bucket of popcorn. It's very obvious. You'll probably get kicked out of the theater right away. But you have the popcorn already in there, then it's not as obvious.
I mean, ain't that what happened to Pee Wee Herman?
Maybe. I thought that whole thing was just him freaking committing a certain act in the theater. I don't know if it involved popcorn or not. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if he was that subtle about it.
I mean, I don't know if you want to risk, sticking your shit in there. I mean, that's a lot of salt.
The butter's fine. The salt's the problem.
My guy.
The butter is what makes it work better. The salt, nah, that takes away.
My God, think about how painful salting your urethra must feel.
Oh my God, that's a quote. Think about how salt your urethra would be. That's like that image. Like that one image you have of paper cut, and it just shows paper.
It's a fucking paper cut right down the fucking tip of the
paper cut.
I got a penis. I got a penis in my penis.
It's just replace the paper with salt. It's a whole universe of different versions of that.
Not even
like,
normal,
there's paper and there's salt.
Not even a normal table salt shaker either. Just like a fucking one of those like sea salt fucking grinders.
Grinding up the salt.
Gotta get into a
I wasn't even thinking of having the image. I wasn't even thinking of like seeing the salt fall from anything. It was just gonna be salt sprinkling down. Of unknown origin. Where is the salt coming from?
It's road salt.
Never mind the fact of where the salt is being. Never mind the fact of or where the salt is being applied to. The real question is, where the heck is it coming from?
Shadow. Afraid to salt the earth, not salt the dick.
It's some weird stuff, man. See, you can't use paper as a weird kind of thing, but you can use the salt, and it will add to it. It doesn't take away. Paper clearly takes away because it causes pain, and it's not good for anybody.
God, that's just a fucking uncomfortable thought.
So anyway, the third act of Happy Feet is awfully weird. Third act of that movie is awfully weird.
Yeah.
Because it turns into a movie about what the penguins. It's like, oh, they're the humans are aliens and all that stuff. And then the whole thing almost turns partly into live action because instead of using animated humans, they actually used real life humans. And
wait, are you fucking joking? Or serious?
No, I'm being dead serious. I am actually. This is why we should bring it up because you only saw the movie and you only saw the movie like once, probably 15 years ago.
I didn't even
and it wasn't due to any illegal activities in the theater.
I didn't even fully see it clearly because. Fucking, I'm sitting here going.
Good lord, did you do that stuff in the theater? You don't even remember the whole movie?
Bro, I never saw it in the theater.
You never did see it in the theater, did you?
I was flipping through fucking channels on TV,
Lord,
bro.
Were you sleep deprived at home when you saw
it? There is a non-zero chance. There is a chance.
A non-zero chance. There's a decent chance I might have been sleep deprived. I was real hopped up on the Cheerios that day, and
Hey, fuck you. Fruit Loops for life.
Fruit Loops were like. It was like I was real hopped up on the Fruit Loops because it was
You ever
not a
shove like
morning cereal for me. It was an all day thing.
you ever try to shove like Fruit Loops up your nostrils and see if you can smell the flavors better? It don't work.
I mean, quite frankly, I feel like how they are nowadays, you don't even really need to do that. You could smell that crap as soon as you freaking open the bag. But you know what? Fair enough. Good for them. Trying to get kids addicted to the smell of multicolored freaking fruity loops.
Fruit. Damn, I want some
But
fucking
yeah,
Fruit Loops
though
now. Fuck.
I have a box of not just normal Fruit Loops. They're kind of like mixed up things, but they're still Fruit Loops. And no, you don't have. I'm sure you'll want to do it anyway, but you don't have to stab me in order before you to complete the transaction. You don't have to stab me in order to get them to come
I'll
over
stab
here.
you
You
for a
could just
fucking
come
Fruit
over
Loops.
here and get the Fruit Loops.
I'll stab you for a fucking
I
Fruit
will
Loops.
shake you for your Fruit Loops. I will shake you for your Fruit Loops, just like I'll shake you to get a freaking sugar cookie.
I'll stab the
I'll
fuck
be
out of
like,
you
oh,
for
I
a
got
cookie.
sugar cookies. It's like, and you'll just be like, I'll stab you for one, and I'm like, what kind of? That's like not even sure if that's a request or if that's like an
It's a trade
offering
offer.
or like. Uh, I mean, as you've stated before, it's like you got to complete the transaction, and apparently the transaction involves me getting impaled with a sharp object
I
of
mean,
an unknown origin, and then getting robbed of my Fruit Loops as I'm bleeding on the floor.
hold on. Depending on which object, the fuck you mean unknown origin? I know where I bought these.
I don't know where you got the sharp object. I don't even know what the sharp object is. It could be a knife. It could be a sharp, jagged piece of plastic. It could be glass. I don't freaking know. And I don't know where if it's any of those. I don't know where you freaking got it.
I
If
mean,
anything, the further
motherfucker.
you go down the list, the more questionable it's going to be to figure out where it came from. Like the knife could be like, I don't know, he probably just could have. It's probably one of his. But like, if the further you go down the list, I don't know where he got the glass. I don't know where he got the plastic.
The plastic I got from work, you see, I kind of took it,
But
kind of heated it up using the oven to get a little bit squishy, kind of beat it down, folded it down to make it reform into a more sharp kind of shape instead of like a fucking serrated shape.
you're gonna show up and stab me with a freaking more uh,
You
uh
see, you're gonna get stabbed because I'm gonna find the dude
you're gonna
who
find a
got
way
a
to stab me with
cylinder.
pizza dough.
Motherfucker, I already know a way. Give me like 3 hours, I can make it work. You're gonna get stabbed with a pizza sickle. The pizzicle, if you will.
A pizza sickle. A piece of sickle.
You're gonna get stabbed with a slice.
You're gonna get stabbed with a slice. You're gonna get sliced with a stab. and and if that doesn't work, on one hand he's gonna have the pizza sickle, on the other hand he's gonna have a pizza shaped piece of cardboard from the pizza box. It's gonna be a 1-2 slice.
Damn you motherfucker.
I'm not even thinking of slice in terms of pizza. It's just legitimate. That will be the motion. You will make a slicing, cutting motion. But it
I
also is appropriate because you can interpret it with pizza as well.
I have access to how many sharp objects? And the first thing is you'll stab me with pizza dough and a cardboard
Don't
box.
stab me with pizza dough. They'll never expect it. Because they're gonna come to my house and investigate everything after I commit the crime anyway. So, and they're gonna see all this. So, like, well, I guess we know where he got the freaking weapon from. But they'll never suspect that my weapon was sharpened pizza dough,
I mean,
frozen pizza dough, and a freaking a freaking piece of cardboard from the pizza box.
I mean, shadow, 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 shadow. I don't own a war crime knife to not use the war crime knife. Did you forget about the war crime knife, motherfucker?
I think I did actually.
The fucking one with the spiral blade that would literally be technically a war crime to use in a war? Where the fuck did I put that thing anyways? I
Where is
could
that thing? Oh crap! Where is?
I could turn around and look. But that would require me to move, and I just don't feel like that right now. Because, unlike some folks, I do not play games while sitting in a chair. I play games while
Yeah.
sitting on the floor. And sometimes laying down on the floor like a fucking animal. It's comfy down here.
I just lay down here like a freaking how the heck
I
can I think of
am the
examples, man?
marmoset.
I am the like
I
lay
am
down here
Animal
like a.
Crossing.
One thing I can think of is a walrus, but it's not. No, seal. Why the heck did I not think of seal? Dang it! I freaking like seals too. They're the dogs of the ocean. They're freaking adorable. They're big boys.
I'm not even sure what the fucking context of this is anymore.
I don't know if there's much context. I'm just saying seals. They're big. They're big tubby boys.
Fucking. Fucking what, bro? The fuck? The fuck?
Just look at freaking seals, man. It's
I
all
don't
you
look at
need to do.
seals.
I will look.
They remind me of Pokemon and how we don't live in a Pokemon world, so I can't be the greatest master of them all. Motherfucker.
Let me see here. Here we go. I'm letting. This is what we're doing now. I have Happy Feet video game open in one tab. I have Amazon. I have Amazon open on another tab for the Happy Feet game, and now I have freaking. I'm looking up cute seals right now. Also, I saw the word walrus there, and I was thinking it was another word that started with a W, and I was like, why is that word here? Although I say that, and as I say that, one of the second like tags or whatever to add to your search is the word kawaii, and I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I mean that's in the same vein. All right. Yeah. These are freaking cute little seals here. Let me look at the freaking pictures here. Yeah, screw your cute cat pictures. Freaking cute seal pictures is where it's at.
Motherfucker. I will fight you in the goddamn street.
With my frozen pizza, sharpened frozen pizza dough, and my cardboard pizza box.
Square up, I will become the king of the Chick-fil-A.
Oh my gosh! Speaking, and here's another Amazon thing. Is this a? There's a photorealistic freaking like pillow plushy thing that's a seal. What the crap? It's a big old. This looks like a big old fat seal. That's freaking actually amazing. Good lord. What's the other? Hold on. It says there's two stores for this, and you're only showing me one. What the crap? It's showing Amazon on the one thing. Hold on. Holy crap! It's only $23. The other place was charging like $40. Freaking ripoff.
What is it?
Screw you guys. I will get my photorealistic freaking big old seal plushie.
You
I
motherfucker.
should totally just freaking buy this just to this as a random freaking thing. Hey, it'd be different than all the other freaking crap I bought over how many months. It's like, wow, what a transition to make. Not only the thing, like, not only did you buy Weeb stuff for months on end, or at least once every month or whatever, but you followed it up with freaking Seal. It's like, really? This is where you transition to? Really? Oh crap! Is there a different? There different sizes? Wait a minute. hold up. Is that? It's gotta be what that. That's gotta be what this is. I'm sure the images aren't gonna show me freaking different. The one. There's a small, medium, and large, and the one I was looking at wasn't even the large one. So he can go from being a big boy to an even bigger boy. Lovely details is one of the freaking images here. It says lovely details, and all it shows is his face, and the flippers. That's all it is. Like lovely detail. I mean, to be fair, there's nothing else to this plush other than that. Like you get rid of those, and it's just like a grayish looking pillow. That's all it is. Oh gosh, it's multi-purpose. What what's the other purpose? Oh, it's suitable for bedrooms, living rooms, offices. Oh, okay. You can put it in multiple rooms. All right. Comes in vacuum packaging. Good. Oh my gosh, there's a giant three D simulation bread shaped pillow. It's just a freaking it's just a full on uh bread pillow that looks like bread. Oh man. Let's see. Back all right. Um, all right. Anyway, uh, anyway, yeah, freaking, that's where the conversation's freaking taking us. I'm looking up freaking steel pillows and crap. Yeah, like I said though, that third act of Happy Feet's freaking weird. Get live action stuff involved and everything. It's weird. The whole movie turns into a thing about saving the penguins, which is like, all right, that's cool and everything, but it almost turns into like an environmental movie, and it's like, what the heck was this? This movie started off as one thing, and now it's becoming completely different. It's like that whole third act of the movie is kind of weird, just a little bit. Like, I don't even know what the freaking heck you would categorize as the second act, but like, but like, yeah, it's beginning. It whole starts off as one whole thing, and then it kind of goes in a certain direction, and then by the end, it's like, oh, all right, they're making this an environmental movie now. All right, didn't see that coming. You're getting live action humans involved and all kinds of other stuff, and then the wrap around is the fact that like, oh, he's good at like tap dancing, and that caused us to pay attention to the penguins. And then that is in turn going to cause us, like, oh, hey, we're already paying attention to the penguins, and we went over and see the freaking place where they live because I guess we never bothered to visit the place where the penguins live in the first place because I guess we just didn't give a crap. But now that we're here, we're like, oh, hey, they probably could use more fish because, like, we're taking all the freaking fish away from them, and yeah, that might kind of make it harder for them to like survive and actually get fish there because we're freaking taking so much of it. Maybe we shouldn't do that anymore. And it's just like it's just interlays with all kinds of freaking footage and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It's again, it's not even like a bad message, but it's also I don't know. I can see how you could kind of find that weird. It's just like, all right, you're gonna take this is the way that this movie ends. All right, you started off one way, and this is where it's ending up. All right, I don't know. Matter of fact, yeah, so we're already on this weird freaking specific topic. And I'm already looking up crap. So let me look up. Let me freaking let's see. Um, Let me see. I want to see if I can free. Okay. All right. I'm looking. I'm gonna see if I could look up like the reception that this freaking movie even had, because like, did people actually make a big deal of that? Also, I get a bit of a chuckle at the very first thing that shows up here. It's freaking why are people upset with Happy Feet, and it's from December 6th of 2006. Primarily because I thought it looked dumb, but based on audience reception and the $121 million it is ranked in so far at the box office, and it's cut off. I want to kind of look at that just because it being something from 2006, I'm sure the website won't reflect this, but it'd be amazing if I clicked on that website and it was freaking like teleports me back to 2006. I'm like, holy crap, this is the freaking internet in 2006. Holy crap. Like I was alive for that time period, and I was probably using the internet by then to some extent. But like, holy crap! Good Lord. Am I the only one that goes to the movies to be entertained anymore? Is that why I've had such a hard time enjoying some of this shit in theaters nowadays? All right, well, this article already starts off pretty
Hmm.
strong. Good Lord. I love that the idea that this article starts off with that, and this article's from like freaking nearly 20 years ago. Oh man, it's Scott. We're losing you here. Freaking losing you here, man. Yeah, we're losing him, folks. He's fall. This is only second freaking episode of this, and I told him this before we went on the air here. I told him, and I didn't even know he was sleep deprived. Then I told I made the it was a joke. I told him it was a joke that I was like, dude, you're gonna like fall asleep by the end of this, and I'm gonna just have to carry on crap while you're freaking sleeping over the freaking microphone, and it's actually happening right now. I'm sure you can hear it. Man falling asleep during the freaking podcast episode because he decided to go ahead and do it when he was freaking sleep deprived, and I didn't even know about it. I didn't know he was sleep deprived. I made the joke without knowing that. And this is literally what's going on right now. I told him this. I was gonna. It's gonna. This is gonna result in him falling asleep during a during during this episode, and the only thing that's going to continue on in terms of any kind of content is me talking about whatever random crap, just so it's not just him snoring in the freaking live stream for freaking like 5 hours. So I guess I will continue going on this stuff until something else happens. Anyway, let's see. All right, he's already going off about this, but he's clarifying now. Well, I didn't go see the movie that I'm going off about. Uh, okay, so well, I didn't go see the Vertigo because I thought it looked dumb and based on the audience reception. But based on the audience reception, I may have been wrong on that one. All that aside, I'm now getting word from people that the movie back. Oh, good lord. Okay, this is going in a direction I did not expect. Let's see. All right, I guess this is kind of. I guess there was criticism for this. Sends the wrong environmental message. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Right. So he's quoting another reviewer or another review in general. Um, um, all right. I probably am not going to catch on to a good amount of these points because, again, I haven't, despite remembering the third act and everything to a certain extent in certain ways, I am not going to. I'm not going to know the. I'm not gonna freaking remember every detail of this because it's probably been going upwards of 15 years since I even last saw this freaking movie. I think I have it on DVD. Now that I think about it, it's probably in my freaking closet somewhere. But you know, um, leader of the band was the. All right, I guess this person just looked into this stuff in a certain way that I don't know if anybody else did, but yeah, he at least did. Um, so, wait a minute. This is, hold up a second. There's even one point. Um, okay. All right. Yeah, this person apparently got a certain, uh, I don't even know what you would want to say. He clearly got a certain message from it that I don't know if most other people did. Um. Oh, okay. Well, this person's even bringing it up. All right. Seems to me like nitpicking. Da, 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 da. All right. Yeah. This article is going in a different direction that I wasn't foreseeing that it was going. Uh. Oh, hold up a minute. What? All right. Now Coca-Cola is getting brought up into this. What the heck is this article? Environment. Let's see. Um, this is a scene in pre-release image had a problem. Scene in which a pre-release image underway had a problem with misleading results apparently. Um, for the rest for a while, I haven't internet therefore is almost non-existent today. Really? I don't know if I buy that. Huh. All right. Some is also develop a photogramable ring area to minimize art eyes were caused by careless littering and however, what about this video showing the 4 total lengths of 6 rings? This is an area that of this is used strongly. Okay, yeah, this goes a whole let's see the end of some that way. Yeah, this huh. Let me see. Um huh. All right, yeah, that needless to say, that's not where I thought that article was exactly going, but I guess yeah, I guess there was some stuff there. But yeah. I completely hit the wrong freaking button. All right. Let me see. All right. I don't know if that's a legitimate thing or not. Let's let's just look at the freaking Wikipedia thing here. You know, when I joked about this to freaking Scott earlier before we started this, I made the joke about I summed up this basic scenario that's happening right now, but it was not what's happening exactly what we're talking about right now. It was talking about a franchise that I actually know a good amount about and actually like. It was not about a freaking random movie like freaking Happy Feet. Not what I was joking about. If anything, the one that I was joking about makes a lot more sense than what's happening now. But this is what we're doing. Other than that being different, this scenario that's playing out right now is exactly what I was talking and joking about with him earlier. Uh, anyway, um, hold on a minute. Uh, all right. I didn't know jukebox musical or whatever was a category of movie. Um, All right. I learned a new term. Jukebox musical is apparently a genre. Is apparently a genre. I didn't know about that. Apparently, it's a stage musical or musical film in which a majority of the songs are well-known popular songs rather than original music. So that basically sums up tons of animated movies around that time. Now, does it count if it's not like an actual musical? Because I guess that wouldn't be the sole genre of the movie. That would just be part of it, which is pretty much what's going on here. They're just putting a bunch of genres together. See, directed, produced, and co-written. I actually had a decent amount of people in this movie. I kind of forgot about that, or like recognizable names. Huh. You know, they gotta put the names on the poster and everything. I guess. So. Um, let's see. Film was produced. All right, so that's just going over the. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, hold up, man. This actually's kind of good. This film does incorporate motion capture of live action humans in certain scenes. So wait, those weren't even live act. What? Okay, hold up. What? So they mocapped live action people to be people in the movie, but they didn't just film actual people or actual actors, but they mocapped them. Why? Why not just have actual people there? It basically, like I said, I thought it was just freaking live action, but yeah, motion capture of live action. The film was simultaneously released in both conventional theaters and in IMAX 2D format. I didn't even know IMAX had a 2D format, but I guess that makes sense because like IMAX is more like the screen and the visual quality than it is necessarily like 3D or anything, right? Let me see. Is a proprietary system of high resolution cameras, film formats, film projectors, and theaters known for having very large screens with a tall aspect ratio and steep stadium set. Okay, so yeah, I mean it's all right. So yeah, it's like IMAX is like a bunch of different things. It's not specifically their 3D stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. Because like they have like IMAX cameras and crap like that too. I think. Anyway, um, let's see. Future IMAX 3D release was a possibility. However, Warner Brothers was too tight on a budget to release the movie in 3D, so I guess it never happened. Um, Received generally positive reviews with praise for visuals, storyline, songs, and grossed $384 million against a $100 million budget, specifically a production budget. Um, got awards and all that. Hold up a minute. I'm saying that a lot, aren't I? It was nominated. Apparently, it was nominated for two different, I think, two different awards, and it lost to Cars. At least it was the first one, for better or for worse. Um, yeah, and then, of course they mentioned the sequel. So hold up a minute. Good Lord, the sequel came out 5 years later. Okay. Um, huh. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, okay. I guess I was supposed to, I don't know if this sequel was theatrical or not, but I guess it was theatrical because it shows a thing that says in 3D, and unless they included freaking 3D glasses with the DVD, I don't know if I don't know if they yeah, I don't know if that yeah, that I guess it was a theatrical thing. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Production. Um, yeah, there's definitely a decent amount of songs in here. Um, Apparently it beat Casino Royale for the number one spot when it released. That's something. Um, that's the James Bond movie, right? Yes, it is. Okay, that's what I thought. Don't have much experience with the James Bond movies, but I was like, I'm pretty sure that's one of them, and yeah, it is. It remained number one for the Thanksgiving weekend. Oh my gosh. This tells you how long ago 2006 was, because it was also, let's see, it said the film was the top grosser for 3 weeks, a 2006 box office feat matched only by the second Pirates movie. It's like, holy crap, it's not even like the third movie, it's the second movie. That tells you how long ago 2006 was. Um, um, third highest grossing animated film of 2006 in the US behind Cars and this second Ice Age movie. That tells you even more how long ago 2006 was. Oh my gosh. This is becoming a whole other different kind of thing. It's just going from just making this weird, you know, finding out information about this random freaking movie that we're deciding to look up the Wikipedia page for, and now we're just realizing how long ago 2006 really was. But oh, so here's the real reason I even looked up all this. What the heck is the general reception this movie got? Did people freaking hate the ending or like the whole third act thing or like what? Oh crap, apparently this section needs expansion. You can add to it July 2020. So apparently they're still adding to this part. All right. It has a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes apparently, which I guess is okay. I mean, that's definitely not terrible. Um, oh, it's got an average of rating of 6.9. Oh, awesome. Good for it. Um, da, 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 da. Wait, what's this? Um, oh, hold up a minute. Huh. All right. I didn't know that. Was that in the marketing? I didn't know that this, as they state here, it's the film. It marks a successful animated debut from the makers of Babe. I didn't know that. I also don't even know if that's. Well, I mean, it's animated, so I guess that's where they're getting at. I was about to say, how is it their debut when they made a movie previously to this one? Because the first one they did previously would have been their debut. How the heck is this one? But I guess they're talking about animated specifically. So I guess that makes sense. Anyway, um, Metacritic has a 77. Um, let's see. Cinema Score gave the film an average grade of zero, or not an average grade of zero. Okay, that's not what it says. Average grade of A minus to an A plus. Or hold on, wait, what does this say? Gave the film an average grade of A minus on a scale of A plus to F. Okay. On yeah, okay. So you could have just said they gave it an A minus. You didn't need to. I think we could have figured out that they give it by them giving it an A minus. I think we could have deduced the fact that oh yeah, their scale is like A to F or vice versa. I think we could have figured that out. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this movie an A minus. What? What are you talking about? But anyway, um, so they kind of gave it an A, but it was on the lower end of an A. Okay, fair enough, I guess. I mean, that's basically the equivalent of IGN or whatever giving something like a nine, or they're giving it like a gosh, I'm trying to think of the actual thing. It was like I don't know. Basically, it was back when they used to do like the nine, like a 9.5. It's like, really, what's the difference between a 9 and a 9.5 IGN? Like, come on, like, do you really have to be that specific about it? They don't do that anymore, which is probably for the best. But like, yeah, it's like, oh, it's an A minus. It's like, all right, what does that mean? It's like, oh, it's an A minus, but it kind of leans low, a bit lower than that, but it's not quite low enough to where it's not an A anymore. But it kind of goes in that direction. It's like, okay, like you're not one to you want to go in between and not be like, oh, it's not as low as a B. I don't feel comfortable going as low as a B, but it's also like not like a full on A. So it's an A minus because screw it. I want to be hyper specific about it. Anyway, wrote an essay. Let's see. I did not know that there was a certain aspect of this film that people were looking into and kind of going how they were considering the movie. I didn't. At least I don't think I did. I don't know. Maybe I heard it brought up at one point, but I don't think I remembered it. Um, huh. So a section for home media here. Uh, came out on home media March 27th of 2007. Came out in three formats. Um, oh yeah, this also tells you how long ago this came out on home had on a home release. It also tells you how long ago 2006 was. It came out on HD DVD and a DVD combo pack. I didn't even know they freaking did that, which is ironic because that's ultimately what Blu-ray freaking still does nowadays. But huh, yeah, that tells you how long ago this was. It had an HD DVD version. Also, it said it was just DVD, and it says widescreen and pan and scan versions, which I'm assuming the pan and scan is the full. Remember back when they did full screen versions of movies on DVD? I don't know why they ever did that. I don't know. I think it might have been like not everybody had a widescreen, like 16 by 9 aspect ratio TV yet. I mean, it was still 2006, so HD maybe wasn't. They're probably just covering themselves and being like, we're just gonna do this just in case. Yeah, but still, remember when freaking movies did the whole thing on DVD releases where they were like, "Oh, this version's the widescreen version, and then this version's the full screen version," and it's like you pretty much never wanted the full screen version. I mean, I guess the reason why they might have done that was just for aspect ratio reasons, and depending on the type of TV you had. Because like if you had like a widescreen 16 by 9 HD TV, it'd be like, all right, this looks the way it should. It looks good. But if you had like a full screen version of the movie on that same TV, it wouldn't look very good because it would just be the middle of the screen, and you'd have stuff on you'd have blank space on the left and the right. And probably the same thing. You had a widescreen version of a movie on like a what would the let's see a 4:3 or whatever aspect ratio, probably wouldn't look all that great either. I don't know. You don't have to worry about that crap anymore because they're just released the way they're supposed to be released. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, that was a concern back then that we obviously do not have whatsoever anymore. Um, Actually, let me see if that actually is what I'm thinking it is. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was. Yeah, let's see. Pan-scan is a method of adjusting widescreen film images so that they can be shown in full screen proportions on a standard definition 4 by 3 aspect ratio television screen. That's a lot of words put all together. And that's not even the end of the set. Wait, that's not even the end of the sentence. Uh, Often cropping off the sides of the original widescreen image to focus on the composition's most important aspects. So yeah, that's literally what I thought it was. It's just them taking the actual widescreen version of whatever it is, a film or whatever, and basically removing stuff from it and making it fit the 4 by 3 aspect ratio as opposed to a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, which is what it would have been if they didn't do anything. So yeah, they're basically just doing that so something that is widescreen 16 by 9 can look. Yeah, like honestly, I guess the reason they did that was because if they had like the native 16 by 9 aspect ratio on a 4 by 3 screen, you wouldn't it wouldn't look good. But then again, you're kind of ending up with the same result anyway by cropping it because you're not going to be able to see all the stuff that in the full aspect ratio. So either way, whether it's 16 by 9 that's been cropped down to fit on a 4 by 3 screen, or it's just full on 16 by 9 aspect ratio being shown on a 16 or on a 4 by 3. Either way, you're still missing out on stuff that you're not going to be able to see. It's just a difference of whether it's just not fitting the display of your TV, or they just went out of their way to get rid of that stuff and crop it and then put it on your TV. I guess by them cropping it and doing it that way, it makes the image that does show on the TV, it probably makes it look cleaner and more the way it should. But at the same time, you still don't really solve the problem because you're still missing out on stuff that is supposed to be there that isn't being shown because it doesn't fit the freaking display that your TV has. So yeah, I don't know. That's a weird thing. It's a weird thing that I haven't even dedicated any thought to. I honestly, I mean, I think for all intended purposes, I think I pretty much forgot that full screen and widescreen versions of movies released on DVD were even a thing. I was like, oh yeah, that was a thing that the other problem with it was the fact that they weren't always super obvious about which version of a movie was widescreen and full screen. Because like whenever you bought a DVD, you had to actually pay relatively close attention to the actual DVD case itself because they'd have it like at the top of the screen or have it at the top of the case and it would say full screen or widescreen. But if you're not paying close enough attention, you're just going to pick up the movie and be like, oh, yep, this is the movie I want. And then you get the thing and then you realize, oh, crap, I bought the freaking full screen version and I have a 16 by 9 freaking screen, so it's not going to look all that great, or it's not going to fill the screen the way it's supposed to. So, yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I ever had that problem, and even if it was technically a problem, that was probably such a earlier point in my life to where that wasn't even something I was knowledgeable about or like even really knew enough about for it to be a problem. Like nowadays, if that was a thing, I'd maybe have more of a problem with it, but it's not. So we're way, way past that era where that would even remotely be a problem. So yeah, like the most you'll get of that nowadays is just something like you won't get that from something newer that being you're displaying on your TV. The only times you'll really get something that doesn't straight up fit the aspect ratio of your TV is if you are deliberately watching or looking at something that is older on a TV. Like if you're playing like I don't know a freaking like a pretty fairly like old game console or something, then you can expect this stuff to probably show up in a different aspect ratio, like 4:3 or something, or just shows up as like a square in the middle of your TV because it wasn't made with 16:9 or newer, wider screen TVs in mind. So it's obviously not going to show up the way it would back when it was made. But like that's stuff you can understand and that you can kind of expect. But it's not the same thing as back in 2006 picking up a DVD and not realizing it's full screen, getting it home and getting ready to watch it on your big old freaking 16:9 HD TV, and then realizing, oh crap, I bought the full screen version, so it shows up as a box in the middle of my screen and not it doesn't fill up the whole thing. Yeah, not quite the same thing, but yeah, huh. Yeah, I have not thought about that in a very, very long time. And even back when it was relevant to potentially have thought about that stuff, I didn't think about it either because I was not knowledgeable enough to even know what the heck that crap was, let alone probably even cared. Mm, um, um, oh, okay. Um, Wait a minute, hold up. Another special feature included the DVDs. Yeah, I think I remember this. This is something I think I actually freaking watched on the freaking DVD. I don't know why they included this. Yeah, there's like a freaking 1936 Merry Melodies short in on the DVD. I don't know why they included it though. Yeah, that's probably where I freaking saw that thing was because of this freaking DVD. Yeah, I don't I don't know why they included it though. Gosh, that freaking that's a that's an old freaking short. 1936. Good lord. Yeah. Gosh. All right. There's accolades. Oh yeah. There's the game that they mentioned. Wait a minute. They hold up. There's also a. I'm assuming it's a mobile game of this that was developed. It was developed for the Japanese market. All right. I have no idea how freaking well that did. Um, um, oh, good lord. All right. Apparently, the sequel did not do well enough, and it did poorly enough to where the studio that made it closed down afterwards. So that's not cool. Um, there's a 4D attraction. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess the sequel was a theatrical release because it's not saying here anywhere else that it specifically was. And given the fact that it apparently was in 3D, I'm assuming it was in theaters because, again, unless they included freaking 3D glasses with your DVD, I don't know if you're gonna get that experience from that. Um, let me see. Mm, um, um, Yeah, I guess it did. I guess it did. It was a theatrical release because it mentions when the home release was done, and obviously, if it was a straight to DVD, it would have already released on the home media formats when it came out. So yeah, I guess it did come out in theaters. All right, came out in 2012. Gosh, it's weird to think that 2012 was that long ago, but at the same time, it's like no, makes sense. I mean, it makes sense that it was that long ago, but at the same time, kind of doesn't. It makes sense, but it doesn't quite feel like that. Because I mean, like, right out, like, freaking that's to think that is to think that the PS4 coming out is like stuff like the PS4 coming out at the end of 2013. It's like it doesn't feel like that should be that long ago, but I mean, it was. It doesn't quite feel like that. Only made worldwide. It only made 150.4 million. Yeah, it's obviously a lot less than the first movie made. It was made on. Oh yeah, that's the budget was 135 million. So yeah, that's when you're when the money when your worldwide total and your budget are that close together, and your the worldwide total isn't way higher than that. Yeah, that's usually not a very good thing. And apparently it lost the studio 40 million. Awesome. Um, yeah, overall, point being, yeah, it didn't do very well. Also got it looks like it got way less review scores as well, which I guess you could figure as much. Um, it also had a video game release for it as well. Oh, really? Way Forward developed the 3DS and DS versions? Huh. That's a interesting, I guess, little thing to know. It's fair enough, I suppose. Um, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. Yeah. All right. The heck is this? Um. Wait. What? All right. I didn't know that. Apparently, I guess Wikipedia has another tab that's called a talk tab. Which I'm not even sure if that what that exactly means. Where this is just like where people can make comments or something to some extent. Um, yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, like so many mentions in here. I guess there was something going around that Gabe Newell was in this movie. I'm like, wait, what? I can't find any. It's just, I can't seem to find any evidence of Gabe Newell being in the movie. IMDb doesn't list him as a voice actor. Can someone confirm this? And if Gabe Newell is in the movie, is it the same Gabe Newell as the CEO of Valve? I'm like, all right, yeah, um, seems like a thing we should probably figure out. Huh? Kind of real random freaking thing to bring up in here. Um. Oh, okay. Um, let's see. Um, all right then. Yeah, I had no idea that whatever this tab is meant to be. I didn't know Wikipedia. No, I actually don't go on Wikipedia all that often nowadays. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's something I usually don't go on unless I really look stuff up, of course. But I don't know. I guess it also just goes to say that I don't really look stuff up very often nowadays. So anyway, all right, we'll close all that out. Close this out. Um, close that out. Um, um, yeah. So, um, yeah, it's a good takeaway to have though is if you ever want something cute to look at, or like you're feeling bad or about a given situation, and you want something better to kind of just something to look at to maybe hopefully make you feel better. Same kind of logic that people have when they look up cat pictures. Look up some seal pictures every now and again. That might do something for you. Cause yeah, I mean, like if you need an alternative, like you're tired of looking at cute cats all the time, like I'm too used to this at this point. It's not really that cute to me anymore. Look up cute seal pictures. Honestly, this is like really like the first time I've ever freaking legitimately done it. But you know what? I mean, I don't regret it. They are very cute. So like, if you need an alternative to that, um, you know, or you just need something cute to look at, look up cute seals. They are quite cute. I'm looking at a bunch of them right now. Like I said earlier, they are literally the dogs of the ocean. They are very cute. Um, yeah, like they are adorable little creatures. They're just the dogs of the ocean is what they are. Let's see. Yeah, they're even all like furry and everything. Like, they're adorable. They're literally just dogs, but for the ocean. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. I don't think sea lions are much different than seals. If anything, I kind of get the two confused sometimes. Yeah, they really don't look that much different, do they? Kind of different, but not by much. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at a freaking. Just looking at this crap. This is what we're doing. This is it. This is what we're doing. This is uh this is what we're doing. I don't know. This is this is what we're doing on a freaking what even is this? Is this what day is this? It's I mean it's a Tuesday now. It was a Monday like 2 hours ago. Yeah, this is what we're doing. Um yeah. I don't know. Uh I guess I can believe. I guess I believe Scott when he was talking about being sleep deprived because, well, I mean, yeah, this is what we're dealing with now. Um, but yeah, I don't know. This is what we're doing. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where to. I don't know what to do with this anymore. I don't know where to go with this any further. Um, yeah. That's what that's where we're at. This is where we're at. Um, let me. Yeah. Let me. Let me look up another thing. Um, I'm sure I butchered the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I butchered the crap out of the spelling of this, but there we go. It doesn't matter as long as Google gets a general idea of what you probably tried to type. You can just click on the thing and be like, "Oh, okay, that's what I meant." Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at pictures of walruses now. Because like they're kind of all in the same kind of realm, and I'm like, all right, let me just because I've already freaking looked up the other two, so I'm gonna look up how these compare. But um, yeah, yeah. I mean, a good bit different, but they're all right. Probably seals and sea lions are cuter, but you know what? The walruses are all right. Walruses are all right. I got nothing against them. They okay. Yeah, just gonna turn this into a freaking a freaking tier list ranking the wildlife of the ocean. Apparently, that's what this is turning into. Um. All right. Let's see. All right. Um. Let's see. Um. mm, yeah, that's not it. Right. Mm, um, let's see. Try. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, look how many are already on here. What the crap? Um, um, okay. Um, let's see. Um, okay. For the record of what I'm even looking at right now, I am legit looking. I brought up the whole freaking tier list idea, and I'm legit looking at a freaking tier list maker website. And I'm not even looking at it at legitimately make one. I'm just thinking of. I'm just looking at it because I've just never actually bothered to look at one of these freaking websites to make one of these before. So I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna look at this. And you can choose from like different categories and everything. I did not know that the process of making one of these was this as involved as this. Not that it's necessarily complex or anything, but there's a bit more to it than I would have kind of thought. But yeah, and I'm just there's a bunch of like there's a like bunch of like a list of categories you can select from, and I just laughing at some of them. Can you hold up? Was that all right? Well, apparently one of the categories is just Japan. What about Japan? Heck, if I know, that's just the category. I don't freaking know. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that it was. Wait, hold on. Huh. Yeah, I didn't know that the process was quite as involved as this. Did not know that. Um, is there freaking like other websites? There's gotta be like more than one website you can use to make these, right? Apparently, freaking Canva has a freaking thing where you can make this or make that. I didn't know that either. What's this? Um, um, yeah, it looks like this is pretty much all the setup for it. Also, is this the same? Hold on a minute. All right, I was about to say, is this the same freaking website that I just looked at? Actually, but no, it's the name of it's different, but logo is pretty similar. Um, hmm. Yeah, I didn't know about this. Um. Oh wait, hold up a minute. Okay, hold up. Can you? Is this one you can literally just use right here? Is this the thing? Okay, apparently that's literally okay. That's the thing. All right. Um, can add the label to this drag the label. Okay. And do that. All right. Anyway, whatever. That's that that's a thing I have slightly more knowledge or experience with than I had like freaking 5 minutes ago. All right. So um, okay. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know how long have I been going on with this? I think it's been about an hour. I think I've played as much of a part of I played as much of my part as I can with this. Um, yeah, I don't know. Guess the most hope that we have is that Scott doesn't stay asleep for much longer, and he eventually turns the freaking stream off at some point. Because if he doesn't, oh man, this is not gonna be very great. Not gonna be very good at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm gonna look at this here. Alright, hold up a minute. Alright, so yeah. Um yeah, I don't know. This is a situation. I don't know. Whatever. I've done my part. I, I've, I've, I've done my part. All I can say is, yeah, it's a shame it had to end up like this. It was a joke at first, and it became actual freaking reality. So I don't know. Maybe if I didn't bring it up as a joke before, maybe it wouldn't have happened. But you know what? I apologize. I guess I am partly responsible for this. Then again, maybe not by much, because apparently Scott is sleep deprived, and yeah. So I mean, that had nothing to do with me. I don't know why he's sleep deprived. It's not my fault. I can assure you that much. It's not my fault. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he's like this. I don't know. I honestly don't. I don't know why he's sleep deprived or why he thought it was a good idea to do this. I mean I don't know. I don't. I can't answer these questions. Um, there's some questions you don't have answers to, and which is why they're questions. It's you don't have answers to them, and yeah, and this is one of them for me. I don't know why. I can't answer it. I just can't. Uh, yeah. But don't you don't worry though. I'm going to do anything in my power, which granted may not really amount to much, but whatever is in the realm of my power, I will see to it that this does not happen again. Cause yeah, it can't be doing this. This is ridiculous. Like. yeah, I don't know. I on behalf of Scott and myself, I will say that I am ashamed. I am ashamed and severely disappointed that such things have occurred. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, I I'd just like to apologize, and it's not even my fault, and I'm the one apologizing. And and what's even worse is like if I didn't want to listen to any of this, I can just tune it out. Like I can just mute it and all that. I can lower the volume and all that crap. I have that power. Uh, anyone who's watching this, they don't have that power. I mean, I guess they do technically. I mean, you can lower the volume if you like, but hear any of this nonsense. But you could do that. You could mute the freaking crap, or you could just not. You could just leave. And quite frankly, if you wanted to leave, you probably should have left like an hour ago. Because yeah, like an hour ago probably would have been good. I feel like we peaked. Honestly, I don't even know how freaking long we've been doing. Apparently, it's been like 3 hours, 2 hours. All right. That's cool. It checks out. Yeah, yeah, you probably could have left after like 2 hour mark. That's probably where we peaked here. That's probably where the best of it was. Uh, 'Cause, like past an hour of this has just been nonsense. Just whatever stuff that I can say that you could just whatever noises I can make. Because that's really all words are, just noises that we've given meaning to and can communicate with. And yeah, that's really all it is. So yeah. It's just yeah, I don't know. Like I said, you probably should have left like an hour ago. Really, that's where the actual quote unquote content was. That's where it was, and it's clearly not here anymore. So yeah, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. If anything, it's a good thing that I probably slept a bit longer into the day because that way at least one of us isn't freaking sleep deprived. Now, funny thing is, if we did this like I don't know, 12, 15, however many hours from now, I might kind of be the one that's more sleep deprived. But that's not currently the scenario we find ourselves in. Uh, and yeah, I think that's very apparent over the past hour, or however freaking long it's been now. I have no idea. I wasn't keeping track. It's probably been at least an hour. I'm probably. So I guess I can be at least proud of myself that I've tried to carry this for like an hour of this very one-sided thing that has happened. So I guess I guess I can be let the record show that I tried for whatever it's worth. Probably not much, if really anything at all. But at least let the record show that I tried. So you know, there was effort, and I tried. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, this is just what it results in me looking up random crap. I mean, we were already looking up pretty random crap, but you kind of just keep going with it. And if I had given up on it earlier, it would have just been an entire hour of just complete and utter nonsense. So I don't know if I provided much in place of any actual conversation, but I at least tried to provide some nonsense, so you're not just listening to absolute nonsense. So But yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think best case scenario, the stream will probably end within maybe an hour or two. Maybe. Either that or I don't know, you can hope that and cross your fingers that the power goes out. Um maybe the power goes out. Um I don't know. Not I feel like that maybe is a possibility. Um I mean he'll have to wake up at some point. I mean that's an inevitability. At least I would assume anyway. I mean he's obviously still alive and breathing right now. Oh, he's sleeping, but he's alive and breathing. Um, he'll wake up probably at some point. Um, and again, maybe the power will go out. It only needs to
Mhm.
go out for 1 second. I know from experience. Frickin' it was like 5 in the morning one day. Probably not even that. Probably later than that. Quite frankly. And I was doing crap and everything, and all of a sudden the power went out, and the power didn't even go out for like it wasn't even like a few minutes or an hour or anything, even half an hour. It was literally like a fraction of a second. The power just, it's like it broke it broke, it's like he lost contact. And then the power went out. And then it just reconnected again. And then it was like, like everything, the power was just off. It was off for just long enough to where it just, everything was just gone. It was gone. It was gone. The power was out for just the bare minimum required for everything to go off, and then it all came back on. And it was like, all right, well, that sucks. And I took that as an indication of like, all right, well, I've been up for way longer than I should, and the power literally went off. And not only did it go off, but it went off for the bare minimum required for all the stuff in the house that was turned on to turn off. I think that's an indication of like, all right, well, everything's already freaking turned off anyway, so all right, screw it. I guess I'll do what's better for me and actually go ahead and go to sleep. And that's what I did. And I probably slept for a while. I don't freaking remember. That was like I don't know, like a month ago or whatever at this point. I have no idea. Probably maybe a bit longer than that. I don't know. But yeah, I just went to sleep after that. Yeah, my point is though that's something you could also fall back on and hope happens. Other than him waking up, you could just hope that you know what, maybe the power will go out. The only thing is to go out for like a fraction of a second. That's all it takes. It can come back on right after. It doesn't matter. All it needs is that one fraction of a second to go out, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And you'll finally be free from this, even though you have the power to just click off of this right now. And honestly, that's usually not something you want to hear from somebody doing something on this website. But you know what? That's the scenario. That's the scenario we're in right now, where I wouldn't blame you because, like I said, we peaked like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, or whatever. Like that was where the interesting stuff was happening. That was the stupid but funny stuff. Now it's just I don't know. It's very one sided right now. I don't know. This is gonna be like the longest audio. This is like an audio log at this point. This is like the longest audio log like ever recorded. Like you can make a freaking audio book in the time. The time that I've been doing this. This is an audio book at this point, but it's not even a book. It's just audio. There is no book. There is no book whatsoever. It's just complete. This is just complete nothing. Uh, you ever wanted to hear what a one-sided podcast sounds like? Well, I mean, I guess this is kind of what it looks like too. But you ever want to know what a one-sided podcast sounds like? Well, this is it. It's not entirely one-sided because there is technically another presence, but the other presence is not exactly providing much of anything at the moment. And by moment, I mean like the past hour, um, if not more than that. I'm sure it's been more. Um, and yeah, that this is what that sounds like. Uh, it sounds very sleepy. I don't know if you would have expected that, but yeah, this is what a one-sided podcast sounds like. It's apparently very very sleepy sounding, and yeah, I don't know. I guess this is what it sounds like. I mean, probably not what you expected, but I mean, it's what you're getting. Yeah. It's not even. It's also not only the fact that we've joked about this before. I joked about it before we even started this tonight. Um, this also has been something we've joked about happening in years prior, and yeah, so this is like not even a new thing or a recent like joke or whatever. This is like you know something we've joked about in the past before, and it never happened. It never happened. This is the first time. Thank goodness for that. Oh, this is the first time that it's happened, and man, are we thankful for that? I'm thankful for that. Yeah, but yeah. Suffice to say, this is not the first time this has happened for me, but this is first time it's happened in this way. I've had to put up with this a few times, or not even a few times. That's way underselling it. I've had to deal with this multiple times over the years, and yeah, that's not that big of a deal because I mean, it's just a party chat, so it's like not that big of a deal. I can freaking mute. I have the ability to mute and all that stuff. I can leave the party chat, all that crap. I can do all that stuff now, but it's the first time this has happened in this way. Also, I don't know. I think I'm hearing beeping on his end a little bit. That makes me realize another thing. There's any other how you want to say if there's any other like little light of hope that you could have to escape from this is for one, like I said, just a recap. You could hope he wakes up, which will eventually happen. Second of all, you also have hope that his power could go out for just a fraction of a second, and that's all that's necessary to screw everything up. The third thing is, I don't know what his battery life is on his headset, but you could hope that it just dies. Uh, you could hope for that. Because I have no idea if it's plugged in right now and he's using it while it's plugged in, or what the deal is. But I don't know. It doesn't change the fact that you could hope that that's something that happens. Um, I don't know. I mean, that's up to three ways that this could end in a better fine. That's three ways that this could potentially finally come to an end. Which is it's better than zero. It's even better than one, and it's better than two. So I mean, you take what you can get. Now, if you wanted to rank them in terms of which ones are the most likely to happen, I don't know. I feel like if anything, it's probably you're gonna have to wait till Unfortunately, you're probably just gonna have to wait until he wakes up, or wakes up enough to turn the freaking system on. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You can't hope that his PS5 goes into like rest mode or anything, because I'm fairly certain that he doesn't have that enabled. Um, so yeah, that's not going on the list of hopeful things that you can think about to escape what is currently happening right now. Um, that is not one of them, unfortunately. Because see, unlike me, I have power save settings and stuff activated on my PlayStation consoles. I have that stuff set up on the PS5, on the PS5. Same thing on the PS4. Because yeah, like why wouldn't I? I think it's kind of an all right thing if my PS5 doesn't stay on for indefinitely until I turn the freaking thing off or the power goes out. It might be an all right idea, even if it goes into rest mode. It might be a half decent idea that if it turns off, or if I like fall asleep or whatever in the middle of whatever, that if I fall asleep or something, it might be a decent idea to have the PS5 set up to where it goes to sleep after like 2 hours. That may be a good idea. Not have it on all the time. And it works in tandem with my TV pretty well too, because like my TV has a thing where it just turns off after I don't know what the time actually is, because it starts counting down like from 15 seconds, but it doesn't happen immediately. So I actually never like timed how long it actually takes. But whatever. Point is, the screen once it's on a screen where there's like no inputs or whatever, or like it doesn't register an input or whatever, eventually it will just turn off and everything. So like everything I have can just turn off automatically. So if I fall asleep or whatever, all my stuff can just turn off and it doesn't have to stay on and everything, which is nice. But yeah, my friend here does not have that for some reason. I don't know why he doesn't have that enabled on his PS5. I have no idea. It wouldn't really hurt anything because if it's I don't know what the maximum amount of hours you can set before it turns off is, but I think it's like what 5 6 hours or something like that. So like that seems all right. I don't know why he doesn't have it set for that. So even if you're concerned about like leaving and then not coming back in time, well, quite frankly, like I have it set for like 2 hours for mine, and that works out fine for me. Because if you're going to be away from your system for 2 hours and you're concerned about it turning itself off, well, all right, well maybe don't be away from it for 2 hours straight. I mean, I know there's some occasions where that may happen, but like it's fairly few and far between. So yeah, I don't know. Um, Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he hasn't done. I don't know why he doesn't do that. I mean, he doesn't really. He's told me he doesn't really use rest mode very often, if at all. And I mean, quite frankly, I don't blame him because I don't really use rest mode on my systems much anymore. I used to all the time on my PS4. Like I used it more than I did turning the freaking thing all the way off. But then after a while, for whatever reason, I just got in the habit of turning it all the way off. And that's just kind of what I've done, and that's pretty much what I've done with my PS5 and the times I've used it. It's just I just turned it all the way off, and I'm not using it. And quite frankly, given how much time in I'd say recent memory, but like it's been like probably a year or so at this point. But with how infrequently I use the PS5, it's probably a good thing that I don't have it in rest mode for all that time because it's like screw it, I'll just turn the thing all the way off. Sure, it won't like update games and crap automatically and stuff like that, but I mean, I don't know, whatever. It's okay, I guess. Not that big of a deal. But it's not like I have that many games on the system that are going to be getting that frequent of updates and stuff. So it's not like there's that many games that would be suffering from that. And it's not like I'd have to sit there and like I turn the system on. There's like 10, 15 games that need updating. I'm not gonna run into that problem. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's this is something that is unfortunately not a thing that's going to happen. So, but those other three things, those are still on the table. The likelihood of any of them happening is going to vary, but they're all possibilities. I'll have to excuse my silence there because I was drinking some water and everything for a moment there because Well, seeing as how much freaking talking I'm doing here, I feel it's only appropriate that I do drink some of the water that I have on hand at the moment. So yeah, and I almost drank all of it, and I have a decent amount left. So I may also continue to pause again if I need to drink more. There's not that much left of it, so probably won't be a good idea if probably won't be a very good idea to keep doing this because eventually I'm gonna run out of water, and that's not gonna be a great thing. It's also not great because the room's a bit. I got a fan on, as I mentioned quite some time ago. At this point, uh, but it's still a bit warm in here and all that crap. I do have the door closed, and I know for a fact if I opened it, it would make everything way better. But usually when we're doing crap like this, it's good to have the door closed. Um, but yeah, so that's not a great thing either. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, honestly, if we give enough of crap to do this, and Scott would have to do this, it's his freaking channel. Honestly, I might just suggest to him, I don't care if this is a freaking live stream or not. You're going into, I'll have to tell him to go into the YouTube editor. Depending on, I'm gonna look back at this and find out how much longer if I leave, if this situation hasn't resolved afterward, I'm gonna go and tell him like, all right, Scott, here's what I want you to do. Why don't you go into the YouTube editor? So not even like just a separate editor, just a freaking YouTube editor. Go into the freaking live stream for this, and go into the the VOD for this, or the archive, or whatever you want to call it, and freaking just get rid of all the silence, however much there is. Just get rid of it, because you're literally losing nothing. You're losing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. There is nothing of value will be lost. Absolutely nothing. And yeah, I'll be sure to tell him that, and I'll call him out right here and now, right now. If he goes back to the editor and does this and gets to this point, this is a call out to you, Scott. Screw you for doing this. Freaking joke about this thing happening for however long, and it actually happens, and it's all your fault. I know you said you were sleep deprived like an hour and a half ago or whatever. I know you said that, and you didn't bring it up until that point, so I didn't know beforehand. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all prior. But still, this is still your fault. Screw you for doing this. I can't believe you've done this. I should probably be more baffled, but it's just I don't know. I guess I just don't freak out about things very much. I don't know. Yeah, this part is for when Scott goes back through this and cuts all this crap out, even though I'm sure he probably won't. But if he ever does, he'll find this and be like, "Oh no, he called me out. Oh no, he said I was a big dumb baby and I fell asleep on the podcast episode. Oh, I feel so bad about myself." And he'll feel so bad and so self conscious. He'll never ever do it again. He'll probably never even be willing to fall asleep in a chat, regardless if we're live or not. He'll feel so bad about it. He'll feel he'll feel so bad about it. He'll feel so self conscious. Maybe even cry a little bit, and then we'll have to be like, all right, man, calm it down a little bit. Don't fret about it that much. It happened one time. I mean, if it happens again, I mean, you don't want to know what's going to happen if it happens again. But that's not going to happen, right? You just gotta. You just gotta relax a little bit. Don't relax too much, or else it will happen again. You're gonna fall asleep if you relax too much. You're just gonna fall asleep anyway. But don't be so hard on yourself. Just don't be don't be so hard on yourself. Just relax and take it easy. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like anybody on the internet necessarily knows who we are anyway, at this point in time at least. So it's like, it's not that big of a deal, I guess, And quite frankly, I don't know what the freaking heck the algorithm's gonna make out of this anyway. I don't even know. It's just a bunch of ones and zeros trying to figure out what the heck's going on right now. But yeah, this is the type of crap that is taking up valuable server space somewhere in a data center, and yeah, this is the type of stuff that some of that server space is being dedicated to. And for that, I guess I apologize. Again, even though it's not even really my fault. If I had control over this, I would have shut this freaking thing down like an hour and a half ago. Uh, but I don't, unfortunately. And but yeah, um, so yeah, I guess I apologize for that too. That server space is being dedicated to this. Um, it's a very weird thing to think about, but yeah, I'll make sure that Scott. I don't know if I'll say he'll never hear the end of this, but I'll make sure to keep it as a running thing. It's kind of crazy to think we got two new like running gags now because we had the Happy Feet thing that came out of frickin' nowhere, and now we have this. And yeah, yeah. Yeah, we had first before this we had the occasional running joke that I bring up and find a way to just naturally fit into conversations where probably piece it together from earlier. But Scott burnt my struck me with lightning in Minecraft upon like 45 seconds upon joining our own server, and freaking Scott struck me with lightning because he had weird freaking knowledge of how to do certain commands and crap in console Minecraft. How he freaking figured it out or knew about it or whatever the heck, I have no idea. It's some weird stuff, man, and I wouldn't really wish it upon anybody. Uh, but he struck me with lightning, and I got away with it fine. Took some damage, but it was okay. My house, however, half of it got burned to the ground, and yeah, I probably should have been way more upset with him than I actually was. And if I was, I probably would have had every right, would have been perfectly justified in being more angry than I was. But at last, I wasn't that angry really. But but yeah, that's what that whole thing was about. And now I have something else to freaking get on his case about. I got that. I got the freaking Happy Feet thing, which isn't even a legitimate thing. And now I have this, which is very much a legitimate thing. And this isn't good for anybody. The Minecraft thing was really just bad for me. This is bad for anybody. So, yeah, don't worry. I don't know how much he's gonna pick up on this when he wakes up. I have no idea. I don't even know if he's gonna give a crap. I don't know about this. I don't know if he's gonna have any regrets. I don't know if he's gonna wake up and be like, "Oh crap, the thing is still on," and then feel real bad about it, and then whatever. But don't worry. Regardless of how he feels about it, I'll make sure. I'll make sure he knows. He'll know, and he'll know regardless. But I'll make sure he knows. I'll make sure. We'll also have to try to make sure that whenever the frick crap we do one of these, another one of these, we're gonna make a rule that he's not sleep deprived before this. Or at the very least, we make it where like, hey, we're gonna like cut it after like the 2 hour mark. Cause I mean, 2 hours is all right for something like this. I mean, I know we just like ramble. There's no real structure to any of this, but you know what? It's 2 hours is a decent amount of time to be listening to stuff like this. And I mean, quite frankly, it's obviously gotten way longer than 2 hours at this point because, well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't. He still hasn't woken up yet, and I haven't bothered to freaking leave this chat yet and literally do anything else with my time right now. Which that I guess that is definitely like on me at this point. Uh, but I don't know. I guess I just haven't bothered to shut up yet. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll stay here for a bit while longer, and then I'll cut it. Uh, and by me cut it, I mean I'll just leave because, well, as I've established earlier, unfortunately I cannot literally cut this whole thing right now. It probably would be better if I did have that ability, but fortunately I don't. So I cannot do that. So depending on how much longer this goes, I will unfortunately just have to leave, and nothing can be done at that point. And at that point, you won't even have my voice to hopefully to distract from the nonsense that is occurring right now. So you won't even have that, which if it plays out that way, I feel sorry, and I guess I apologize in advance for that. I know I'm doing a lot of like almost like half apologizing in here, but that's just how this is going at this moment in time. This is just how this is playing out. I'm having to apologize or half apologize, depending on act, how how responsible I am for any of this stuff. Which a good amount of it I am not responsible for, but because he can't apologize for himself, I guess I'll have to apologize on his behalf. Because nobody else is gonna freaking do it. I'm the only one here. I'm the only other one here. I'm the only other person that freaking knows that this is going on right now, really. So this is kind of that. It's kind of how it is. It's just kind of how. Yeah. I don't know. I guess also, I guess just for the sake of some, just uh, I don't know, sake of transparency, as if it's really necessary. I actually do have this stream pulled up actually, and I can tell that Scott's sleeping actually is not all that obnoxious, at least from what I can tell. And I have the volume turned up quite a bit, and my voice is definitely louder than him. So honestly, you probably almost could have probably passed as him not being asleep if it wasn't for the fact that literally nothing else is going on right now. But so at least that you could, I guess you could at least take solace in that. You can at least be happy about that, because honestly, it's a lot louder for me on my end with him doing this than it is from what I can tell in the stream. So if anything, I am getting the worst end of it. Except not currently, because I have him freaking muted. Um, I have that ability. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of brought it up earlier, but like instead of yeah, we joked about this whole thing happening, and but the thing that we joked about that didn't occur in this is me it's like yeah, this is basically gonna be have to be our like in case of emergency break glass scenario. This is just gonna have to be this in case this scenario ever happens again, which better frickin' not. But if it ever does, uh, then I think the considering we haven't wasted it this time, if this ever happens again, I am literally going to have to pull out the me going on a tangent about something for like a good hour. I'll probably give it like a good hour, hour and a half. And if the issue hasn't been resolved by then I'm just leaving, and then Scott can sort out the rest of the issue for himself. Because it's like, hey man, I covered like an hour, hour and a half of with a freaking tangent that had nothing to do with literally anything, and it still didn't resolve the problem. It just kind of helped cover it up somewhat. But yeah, and that essentially happened tonight, and it was with freaking Happy Feet of all things. Uh, yeah, I don't know. The thing that we joked about happening was basically what has happened tonight, but instead of Happy Feet, it was me going off on a tangent about the freaking Sonic the Hedgehog series, which is something that I am way more invested in and more knowledgeable in than and have way more to go off of and appreciate and talk about than the freaking Happy Feet movies. So yeah, but other than that, everything here has pretty much happened the way we've joked about it happening to a certain extent. Only, again, swap out Sonic for Happy Feet. But yeah, like if this ever happens again, and I have to try to cover for it, I guess I'll bust out the Sonic stuff next time. I don't know how that will turn out or whatever. It'll probably end up just me. It'll probably just me trying to like recreate or read off the Wikipedia page without actually reading off the Wikipedia page. I'll try to just verbally, I'll just try to like basically say what the Wikipedia page would say without it actually being from the Wikipedia page directly. I'll just try to be like a human Wikipedia. I will have to be the human equivalent to the Sonic Wikipedia page. Is basically what I'll have to do, and I can maybe pull it off for a little bit, but I'd also probably be a very abridged version of it, because like I could go down like the release timeline and crap like that, but I'm not going into like the other categories that you would find on the Wikipedia page, like what the gameplay formula is like, and like recounting the story and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know. You know what? I might even have to do that because I'll have to have a whole like backup plan in case this stuff ever happens more than like the one time it is now. That way I can just keep going until the stream freaking goes off. And then with the amount of freaking material I'd have to go over, there's no way it would all stop there. So then, because I wouldn't be able to put all the material into one stream to cover up any mishaps that might happen, that means there's just more material for other streams in case anything goes wrong or whatever, and I need to cover stuff up then. So, I don't know, maybe I will. I'll just start off at like the very beginning of the franchise and go like, okay, this is the basic story, and then I'll go into the gameplay formula. Then maybe I'll even go over the critical reception and all the freaking different platforms they ported the earlier games to. I'll just go over all of that stuff. And yeah, that will be the cover up that we can do. That can be the cover up. So, if this ever happens again, or some other like technical mishap or whatever happens, and we need somebody just spouting stuff off as stuff gets fixed or whatever, that will be me probably, and I'll just spout crap off. And yeah, yeah. Uh, we'll so I'll just do that. But yeah, obviously it didn't happen this time, but it shouldn't have happened this time, and didn't really expect it either. But it's like, all right, this is an event that has occurred. Wonderful. But yeah, all right. So let's see. Let's see. Looking at the time right now, seeing it. I think I might stay here for like 12 more minutes, given the time it is now, and
Yeah. You'll ask me to go to
yeah,
bed.
then I think I'm going because yeah, I don't know. I've done what I've been
Hey,
I've
motherfucker.
done what I can. Okay,
Hey, motherfucker, you have been going at this longer
just
than I
know
fucking
that I
would have.
tried. Just know that I tried.
Yeah,
Not
thanks
that it
for
was
being
ever
part of
gonna
this.
fix the problem, probably anyway. But I tried. I made some kind of effort, no matter how in vain it was. I did.
I don't know how
And
long I was
yeah.
out for.
Oh crap, he's awake. Holy crap, maybe I just was going on about how my effort was in vain, but maybe not. Then again, I don't know how long he's been awake because I had him freaking muted, so he probably couldn't hear what
Oh,
I was
you
saying either.
motherfucker.
It's been off and on. But anyway. But holy crap. Yes, he is awoken. And you awoken within 12 minutes of me about to freaking up and leave this freaking thing. It's okay. I
Yeah.
didn't say anything. It's okay. I didn't say anything bad about you in like the hour or so you were
Yeah, let's
asleep.
shut this down real quick.
Bye everybody.